Can you be cool, please?
No.
Hi, I'm Brandy. This is Hound Dog Hollow, and today we're going to be just hanging out. It's New Year's Eve. Kenyon, did you know that it's New Year's Eve?
No.
Today's the last day of 2020, and we can say good riddance. Say good riddance.
Good riddance.
So just hanging out. I just got home from work, so I'm a little tired. I'm more than a little tired. I stayed out till 1 a.m. yesterday watching Sweet Home, and it's amazing. I have no regrets, but I am really tired. So I just got home from my job, nursing, and I have all my planners here. I've got some decks here. I've got almost all my decks here. And, once more people start trickling in, we can do some activities like word of the year, card of the year, level 10 life, any goal setting, intention setting, chatting that we want to. It's pretty casual, just like the last several lives have been. I'm just not in an energy space where I am creating in that context. My boys are having a meltdown. Why can't you eat?
I don't want to eat.
What about your leftovers? You can't eat your leftover hamburger and your leftover chicken nuggets?
I don't want to right now.
Well, what do you want to eat?
I want pizza to eat.
Didn't your daddy offer you some?
No.
Okay, go work out something with your dad, but listen to me.
What?
You better talk to your dad nicely and with respect.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh wait, my mom thought that was something. Dad was making fun of me, yes, too. He keeps saying that I'm 5 years old.
You're 6.
Yeah, Dad is saying that and making fun of me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bella.
I love you.
I love you too.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. I have a little one. So I'm just going to start going through some things. I have suggested that you guys get, something to write in or on. It could be plain paper, it could be scratch paper, it could be whatever. I have my book of shadows, a writing implement or several. So I'm going to have a pen and a pencil. Just put this one here. And I have my planners. I have this really beautiful thing that my mom bought me, which I'm going to use right now because my hair is out of control. So there's that. You can barely see it, but it's cute. Okay, so just going to kind of start skimming through my stuff while I'm waiting for hi Cat. I was just saying that I have my pen, pencil, writing utensil. I have all my planners here. I've got decks here. We can do word of the year. We can do card of the year, level 10 life, anything that we want. So basically, we're saying goodbye, 2020. Bye. Don't let the door hit you or the good Lord split you. I'm just kidding. It's awful. Just throw that dumpster fire off a cliff. So this is a perfect opportunity to begin anew. We are laying to rest what no longer serves us. I think that I might have some paper handy to write things down that I don't want to take into 2021 with me and maybe burn them. That's a very nice release spell. Some people are doing cord cuttings, which is also very nice for release. All of the things. So I've been going through a period of really low energy, and where I had started very productive in this wolf moon lunar cycle. I have kind of fallen off with the holiday and with the passing of our dog. But I'm hopeful that tomorrow will be a new day. Thank you, my husband. Isn't he wonderful? He did all this. I mean, you saw the live. We kind of did it together, but mostly him. And then he hung all these pictures of cocks up because apparently that's the decor that we were going for. There's more. There's also one here, which just showed up today because they were not here yesterday, and I would not have hung them up here. Yeah. So for those of you who haven't seen, it's just like, you know, a tower of things, a bookshelf of things. Painting my friend made for me. This is a shelf here. There's going to be more shelves up there. My Christmas cactus and the window. It's a work in progress, but I'm really grateful to my beloved husband for making this happen. That in which we work so well together is kind of like he's really good at physically manifesting our dreams. Hi. Hello, Auntie Crystal. It is sweet of him. I do love him. He's wonderful. Okay, so we are waning moon, and it is a great time for release. It is a Leo moon, so it's also a great time to celebrate, to get together, to party. Of course, I cannot advocate for that behavior, given the current time situation, but I can't stop you either. So there's that. I'm so tired. How was your guys' days? How are you guys getting ready for the new year? Is it the new year already where you live? I know some of you are already in the new year. I know Liberia sent me a message earlier today saying Happy New Year, because he does live in the Philippines. So there's that. I have have you done a word of the year? And if so, oh my gosh, Hannah. I definitely I think we should. I was gonna write stuff on a paper and burn it. And maybe take a bath and let it all go down the drain. Gone. When I was a kid, my grandmother used to throw a bucket of water out at midnight, and eat grapes. Oh, I saw your big swollen foot, cat. Poor thing. Yes, take it easy, hydrate, rest. This is a nice way where we can chat and you can relax, you can drink, hydrate, have your little journal, make some ideas. I'm sorry you spent it in the ER, Hannah. I saw that. I haven't had a chance to watch the video yet, but I did a gratitude exercise yesterday, so that's excellent. And the gratitude exercises feel kind of limited in that it's just there's so much to be grateful for, and it would take me for the rest of my life to just list each individual thing. Oh no, your son is sick. Oh boy, I hate that. It's awful when your baby is sick. I would rather be sick. I'd rather be terrible sick than have my son be moderate sick. It's just awful. Got your coins and grapes. Yep. We need coins. I need to put some red underwear on. Or what color am I wearing? Nope, it's black. You should wear red underwear. You should have coins in your pocket. You should eat your grapes. I don't have any grapes unless my husband wants to run to the store. He might, because I don't know how our beer supply is. Throw out a bucket of water. Technically, friends, you should have no dirty laundry and no dirty dishes. Your house should be clean, because the superstition goes that if your house isn't clean when you ring in the new year, you're going to have a dirty house all year. But guess what? It's going to be a dirty house. Hound Dog Hollow, because I am not cleaning. I'm tired. And let's be real, I'm not the cleaner in the house anyway. It's my husband, and it's fairly looking pretty good. So I will take it. Hola. Hi, Rise Above. I'm glad, Hannah. That's good. Hopefully he can get some good rest and good hydration and be better soon. Kids are pretty resilient. Does anybody have a word of the year? And if so, what is it? Because I always struggle with this exercise. I have done it for the last probably 3 or 4 years, and it never sticks. Whereas I have a cousin, and she just does so great. She's got her word, and she just sticks with it, and not I. So I'm trying to do a little better with it this year, and I'm really curious, like, if you already have one, what is it and how did you get to that? I have like a little exercise here. Create. That's a beautiful one, Hannah. Create. That's what's up. I mean, there's tons of words. That we could do. I don't know. Like, some that I've tried is like productive, maybe. Which that's where I get hung up. Is how do you pick a word of the year that doesn't have a possible negative connotation? Exactly. That's very similar to the things that I want. I sometimes get bogged down by the other things that I also want and that I am responsible for and committed to at this point. There's no backing out of grad school. Not that I would. I love what I do. But I wish that I had more time. But I am grateful for all that I do have, because I still have more time than other people. And certainly we have more time than our ancestors, who had to spend more of their waking hours actively engaged in survival. Whereas opposed to, if I'm hungry, I don't have to grow my own food. I can go to the grocery store and buy food. And that's something that's really blessed in my life, something to be grateful for. So some examples of words of the year is like up. This person used up. Power. Compass. So I've already done my gratitude list, which was pretty, I mean, it's hard because it was big concepts. Like, there's so much, of course, my husband and my son and my mom and my husband's parents and my friends and my family, and being secure and safe, and pets and loves and laughter and nature and beauty and smells and touch and sounds and taste, music, technology, etc., etc., etc. There's so much to be grateful for, and that's a really fun exercise. But then it's just like, if you really broke that down, you could just write and write and write and write and write, because there's so much to be grateful for, and so many things that we take for granted. Like, I spent a lot of this year feeling pretty sick, and just feeling good and healthy in your body is such a big blessing that we don't appreciate enough. After the fire, we spent some time with no water, no running water, no electricity, no internet. So you absolutely don't appreciate that when you turn on the tap, clean water comes out. You don't appreciate how wonderful it is to wash your body when it's dirty. You don't appreciate you know, turning on a light, not having to sit in darkness after the sun goes down, and just charging your electronics, keeping your food from rotting, being able to easily water your animals that you're responsible for, being able to connect with others because I need electricity to use my phone. So those are all things that I certainly took for granted and that I am certainly more grateful for having gone without them. And just something that I think collectively that we've all had to reckon with is like the sense of normalcy that our lives used to have. And many of you guys still have a sense of normalcy. I don't feel like it's there for us because there's a lot of things that have changed or have been taken away, and it's been a lot. I know. It reminds me of a really good song by Spose, Knocking on Wood. It's a really good song. I would advise you guys to listen to it. He's a pretty good rapper. Hi, Lori. But I used to love that song. The only reason I stopped listening to it because the chorus has somebody that's off key, and it makes me want to stab my ears out. But the rapping part is amazing, and everything that he's grateful for is just the smallest things that are so great. I don't know. I can't remember. Let me think. I can't obviously play it for you, or else this thing will get shut off because copyright infringement. And they just made copyright infringement like a felony, so you would be imprisoned in federal prison for playing somebody else's music on your channel, which would be like totally not just. I don't know. He was grateful for vaccinations, that he has all his limbs, that he doesn't have cancer. He's never been kidnapped on his way to work. It was great. It's a great song. Check it out. For myself, I'm very grateful for all that I have physically, for my sound mind and body, and for just the promise of the future, for the hope that I get to have for the future, for the prospects that I have for my future, for the security of my career, for the safety, relative safety of where I live, for so many things that are not readily visible, especially like the health of your child is one of the things that I have on here that's just so important. The capacity for love, the ability to laugh, just the fact that at any given moment I have the ability within myself to change my future and to manifest the things that I want and to steer my life in a direction that I want it to. I have autonomy and free will and sovereignty, and those are really important to me. Exactly, Kat. That's a good one. So I have a word of the year exercise in one of these. Oh, thank you. My mom gave me this hairpin, and I just put it up after work. I have here somewhere, so I'll come back to this one. My word of the year. Was it Waning Moon that had the word of the year activity? Hold on, guys. I might read some of this, though, because it has an astrological overview for 2021. How do we define community, our people, our circle? What philosophy and vision guide us? At the end of 2020 and through early 2021, Jupiter and Saturn, the two arbiters of social consciousness, conjunct in the communal fixed air sign Aquarius. Like the sun and the moon on the new moon, when two planets conjunct, they begin a new chapter. This one instigates a 30-year revolution in our Aquarian concept of community and social responsibility. Aquarius calls us to expand our horizon, to think globally, idealistically, and philosophically. The trap can be to see everything through the filter of our philosophy and lose the ability to see what's really going on, or to try and control others to fit our concept. Aquarius can bring stubbornness. Under this influence, fanatical people can run full steam ahead and start conflicts around political mindsets to their own worldviews or religious theory. To bring out Aquarius's gift, we need to keep it authentic and responsive, to observe what's really happening, incorporate multiple points of view, and develop a healthy, flexible philosophy that pulls us out of the pettiness of the single story. Let's think about our personal and collective vision for the future. Jupiter and Saturn, and soon Pluto in Aquarius, will call us to truly think globally and act locally. But this is just a taste. Preparation for the big social and political work we'll need to do when Pluto enters Aquarius in a few years, from 2023 to 2044. The last such relationship occurred from 1777 to 1798, when the USA labored to form a country that embodied its constitutional vision statement. Saturn and soon Pluto in Aquarius need us to investigate how we can save our ecosystem and create a mutually beneficial world without oppressing the freedom of the individual. Form communes and circles that support the good of the whole while fostering unique creative process as well. We need to dust off our assumptions and ask fresh questions, particularly where we think we know the answer. The new year kickstarts metamorphosis as motivating Mars forms an exciting, uncooperative conjunction with change-making Uranus, squaring Jupiter, January 20 to 23rd. Just as America inaugurates a president, we'll either be working with a new government or building up resistance to old ways. Mercury goes retrograde January 30th to February 20th and lets us catch up, reorganize, and repair. Our community and our beloved will need pragmatic, loving, compassionate action as Venus conjuncts Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter through mid-February. February ends as Mercury enters Aquarius and gives voice to the Jupiter-Saturn debate. We can sketch out the grand landscape, but may become too far-sighted. We have to carefully look for the needs of our beloveds. Because we've been so busy with politics and community, it's important that we put relationships and creativity back on the front burner in March as Venus conjuncts Neptune and calls us back to our heart and our muse. In April, we can feel the enthusiasm build towards new possibilities. Spring fever can call us into new relationships and revolutionary adventures as Venus conjuncts Uranus. Discontent can be productive as fire simmers under the kettle. Towards the end of April, watch for a political crackdown or relationship issues around control wherever people feel insecure, as Venus squares Saturn and Pluto retrogrades. Build real security instead. Jupiter enters Pisces on May 13th, retrogrades June 20th, and re-enters Aquarius July 28th through December 28th. Jupiter and Saturn both intermittently square change maker Uranus throughout the year, keeping politics and tectonic plates restless. We may be unable to settle, but that helps us continue an evolution. Transformation is inevitable, but which way that change goes will be up to us. A lunar eclipse on May 26th and a solar eclipse on Gemini in June 10th emphasize the need to celebrate true diversity, the real gift of myriad voices and perspectives. Let's celebrate by finding someone way outside of our comfort zone and respectfully share stories. Retrograde season. Every summer brings retrogrades. This one brings quite a lineup. Pluto goes retrograde April 27th, Saturn May 23rd, Jupiter June 20th, Neptune June 25th, Uranus August 19th. Mercury retrogrades January 30th through February 20th, May 29th through June 22nd, and September 26th to October 18th. These retrogrades ask us not to push forward, but to hold our ground, renew, garden, and review the events of the year. Take time to investigate, fix mistakes, clarify problems, and fine-tune future plans. From June 26th to July 22nd, Venus and Mars are both in extroverted Leo. They stay active throughout the summer and inspire personal and political drama and melodrama. Life is performance art. Summer romances have a certain unrealistic flair. Arts festivals can flourish, and the arts change our cultural understanding. Politics will either be heart-centered or ego grandstanding. Hi, Trish, Witch of Dismal Swamp, thanks for coming. We get a fresh sense from September 6th on what we have to work on, what we have work to do. We get a fresh sense from September 6th on that we have work to do, and it's time to get back to it as Mars trines Pluto and Saturn. Don't get discouraged if old problems need our attention, ones we thought we'd already conquered, as October dawns with 6 planets and a few asteroids retrograde. Between October 6th and 18th, Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto create tumult as they all station to turn direct. Then the channels clear and give us a green light forward. Mars in social justice loving Libra, then trines Jupiter, squares Pluto, and nudges us to clear up misunderstandings and heal a rift. If conflicts are not resolved now, they may come to a boil after Mars enters Scorpio and opposes energizing Uranus through November. If we're not in a fight, this aspect powers our efforts. Mars enters Sagittarius December 13th as Venus conjuncts Pluto. Together, they encourage us to finish the year with a flare of competence, forgiveness, and travel in mind, body, and spirit. Come back to that deep Aquarian understanding that we are unique selves, intricately connected to all our relations. So, 2021, this is your work that you have to do by your sign. We have work to do this year. All of us, we have work to do this year. If you want your life to be better, if you want 2021 to be better, if you want to move forward, then you have to own your shit and be responsible and keep moving forward. And that's hard. It's hard to look at yourself and see that some of your problems or the things that make you most unhappy are your own fault. Or at least that you're definitely contributing to it. So here's their recommendation. We have work to do this year. We may have to rethink our whole philosophy and approach in some quadrant of our life to bring it into line with our present understanding. Then take action. Read your sun sign, moon sign, and ascendant. Your ascendant points to the practical components where work needs to be done. So your rising sign. The sun to the evolution of your core personality. And the moon to where you're challenged to stretch your heart. So I'm just going to go ahead and start the notes because I want to write this down for myself. So I'm just going to write. So I'm in the Waning Moon planner, which is amazing, by the way. Just taking some notes. So just so we know. So the rising, the work that they suggest for your rising sign points to the practical components of the work that you need to do. So practical things that you need to do. For your sun sign, it's the evolution of your personality, of your core personality. And your moon sign is where you're going to be challenged to stretch your heart. Okay, so for those of you who have a sun, a moon, or a rising in Aries, which my sun has an Aries moon. Your relationship balance between your deeply loved independence and your interrelatedness to community begins a new cycle. Instead of ambivalence towards connection with fear that you'll be trapped, engage community with healthy boundaries. You need them, and they need you to help this world improve. This begins to heal some lingering self-doubts, and toward the end of the year, helps create an opening in your dream world or spiritual path. Interesting. So then there's Taurus, which none of us have Taurus in my family. You've been evolving a new philosophy, a new need to walk your talk and have your work matter in the grander scheme. Stabilize teams. Ask yourself and others to review, question, and then apply beliefs, test great ideas, and investigate best practices to help them consolidate the next step. Manifest. As you step into more internal integrity, doors can open to new connections, which can leave you both supporting and feeling supported. Hi. Yes, Marge or Leanne, I know you are close to him. Gemini. No, none of us have Gemini either, but for those of you who have Gemini, take an opportunity to open up your relationship to the world at large, to start a new cycle of learning and understanding, and to public relations. Feel your global citizenship. Reach out and connect through the web, politics, and human connections. You see where people have so much work to do to support integrated empowerment. Call it out with openness and integrity. New connections can bring new work opportunities later in the year. Cancer. That's my husband's moon. Bring a light to dark corners of your life this year. Start a new cycle in relationship to your body and your relationship to other people's bodies, to sex, healing, and material dependency. Poke at the monsters in the corner of your psyche and help them see it could be a new day. Freeing energy in these far corners can develop a fresh sense of safety in the world, which encourages exploration later in the year. Leo. So that's Leo is my sun's rising, and it's my sun. It's my sun sign. So you're called to stretch in your relationships of all types, to really feel you are equal to anyone you deal with and they are equal to you. Whether a romantic partner, a business partner, or stranger, drop your preconceptions and explore with curiosity. Question your interpersonal habits, which might arise out of insecurity or that create distance. They no longer serve you. Explore the comfort of mutually empowering relationships and watch this create generous safety. Wow, that feels really, really meaningful to me. And that speaks, because it's my sun, it speaks to the evolution of my core personality. Okay, so Virgos. Investigate the relationship of your feelings and daily habits with the subtle gauge of your health. Make sure your habits honestly support you. Find direct and conscious ways to listen to your emotional wisdom before it signals to you through your body. As you drop habits of anxiety, walk your talk on health and create a more spacious, integrated attitude. A new and freeing sense of partnership can arise. Hi Jennifer, Happy New Year, guys, blessing. Okay, so now we're at Libra. Oh, and that's my husband's rising. Explore a new creative relationship with all the children of your body, mind, and spirit. Notice if you were held back by family training, a philosophy that has served others but not you, or has just come to its completion. Examine and release preconceptions and explore life as an art form. From this authenticity, a new philosophy arises. You can create safe ways to be sensitive, and your health can feel more robust. And then, of course, we have Scorpio, which is Daddy's sun. Take a long, deep look at your societal gestalt and the belief systems of your family of origin, how they formed you, where you've rebelled against them, but still let them define the paradigm. Now reach farther back to your long ago lineages and bring old strength up the roots in a way that liberates you and grounds you. Dissolve those old restraints from these new healthy roots and feed your capacity to love and create. Wow. Sagittarius. You may have a philosophy of honesty. Be direct and straightforward, and this can truly help your community. But this year asks you to investigate the levels of that honesty. Do you leave out nuances? Are the gray areas actually more honest representations? Notice where you simplify in the name of a clear point. Develop a more subtle relationship to the truth, and then notice that people feel more at home with you and your ideas. We have Capricorn, which is my little boy's sun. Your strong philosophy around material resources will be pushed and expanded. Examine how your resources really support your vision of your life, how they can be freeing for you rather than entrapping. Put quality of life for you and all sentient beings first, and notice how that could change your goals and ambitions. This exploration can take you into a deeper relationship with community and free up a layer of worries. Aquarius, that's my moon. Tests and gifts. The best and worst of luck could stretch your sense of self this year. Face the challenges and take advantage of new opportunities. This gives you the chance to transform how you see yourself, and that changes how others see you. In your transformation, you help them ask the liberating questions. From this stronger and more expanded self-identity, your healthy generosity becomes a resource for others. That is about the challenge to stretch my heart. I really don't want to deal with any bad luck, but we'll see how it goes. And last but not least, Pisces, which is my rising. Look at how your self-concepts and worldview have affected your health, your spiritual practice, your role within large organizations and groups. Question assumptions that affected your health and soul. Let this investigation liberate the corners of your psyche, integrate into your body, and create room to dream. This work is so deep, it takes a while for it to integrate, come to the surface, and evolve your worldly identity. All of that was very good information. So we also have some more complex issues around the zodiac. We'll cover as we go through the zodiac this year. And I'm just trying to see if we have, though, I have a word of the year exercise in one of these books, but I gotta find it. Okay, it's not this one, but this one had a lot of great information. I really like that exercise. Maybe it was Moonology that had the word of the year. Here's an activity. What I'm drawing into my life in 2021. Make a list of things you want to draw into your life. So that's a really fun activity. Good things, all good things. I have to think about it. And then for each of the things you want to attract into your life, list at least one action you can make towards making it happen. So that's a fun activity to do. I'll put that on my list of things. I could have sworn I had a word of the year. It's not in the Moonology. And if anybody has already a word of the year, please let me know. So there's a couple ways I've seen it done. You can just kind of time writing, meditate, dream, philosophize. Maybe you've had a word coming to your mind a lot lately. Maybe you're being called by something. Maybe you will get an oracle deck or a tarot deck that has keywords, and maybe pick a card at random, see what the suggested keywords are, and see if any of that resonates with you. Maybe you already have your word of the year, like Hannah has hers. I know a couple other people have theirs too. I do not have mine. That's why I'm looking for this exercise, and I kind of feel a little bit not blocked. Ooh, Freedom Girl, your word is focus. Nice. What are you going to focus on? Probably everything. Ooh. So this one doesn't have a word of the year exercise, but I'm just going to show you guys. Oh, it might. This is their year ahead spread, tarot spread. But honestly, you could use oracle cards if you wanted. So basically, you have the overall energy of the year card, and then a card for each month. So that might be a nice activity to do. Focus on health and money. That's what's up. Yes. So that's a fun activity, but it's not the one that I'm looking for. Hold on, guys. I know I got it here somewhere. I'll find it. This is my soul care planner. So, looking for a word of the year activity. I knew I had one here. And of course, I'm just going. Oh, here it is. Ta-da! Okay. This is my soul care planner. So plan a life filled with magic, seasons, zodiac season, moon phases, elements, moon signs, seasons, and soul care. Elements. So they have 2021 soul goals. We can only make progress towards a goal when we see it clearly. What is it that you want to call into your life for the year ahead? When you close your eyes and envision 2021, what do you see? Write whatever comes to mind. You can even draw or doodle. Need some inspiration? Try thinking about what you want to say yes to more often. What lights you up and brings a smile to your face? How would you spend your time if this was your best year ever? Who would you be spending your time with? How would you spend your day? What would you be most devoted to? How would you feel at the end of the day? Write your goals in the areas below. So, family, health, play, financial, education, and work are their suggested categories. Hi, Amber. Thanks for stopping in. When picturing your ultimate 2021, you might have had a few feelings or words come to mind. Did any of them really jump out to you and have you exclaiming, yes, that is what I want 2021 to feel like? That word may be your word of the year. A good word of the year helps summarize your vision for the year. And when you hear that word, it should evoke the feeling for 2021 that you want. So start with a list. Okay, guys, writing implements. We're going to start with a list. And just FYI, for those of you who are new here or who don't know me, list making is one of my favorite things in the world. Jojo, did you just poop near me? Wow. I know it wasn't me, you little piggy. Little piggy. I was like, what is that smell? It's, oh, can I get, oops. I'm trying it. Jojo, say hi. You're so cute. She's keeping me company today. I love lists. Ooh, Gerard Butler. He's got to be getting old at this time. And last time I got in trouble for talking about Henry Cavill. So I'm just going to leave it at that. And it wasn't necessarily the talking about him. It was probably the explicit nature of it. Okay. Start with the list. Begin by making a list of words that resonate with you and represent the theme or feeling for the year ahead. What words come to mind when you thought about your vision and goals of 2021? Some ideas: sacred, not for me, natural, expansive, fearless, genuine, tranquil, healing. I don't know. So, a word list. Everybody pop some words down. So I had picked productive in the past, but then I ended up being productive for things that didn't actually nourish me. So at this point, I am hyper productive. I am doing stuff and being busy and creating all sorts of things, but not necessarily things that are for myself or things that are moving me. So I don't know how I feel about that word. Blessed. Gratitude. Authenticity. I'm so picky when it comes to words. Laughter. I want to have lots of gut busting laughter. I want lots of love. I want lots of you guys. I want lots of belonging, feeling like I belong. I want lots of success. Ooh, abundance. I don't know. Wait, hold on. Go back. Not abundance. You can have an abundance of locusts and that would be not great. Yes, laughter, safety, those are good. Prosperity. I want to build my legacy. Ooh, weight loss. Ooh, I want to feel healthy. I want to feel strong. I want to feel Yeah, he does. Men typically do. Look at Clint Eastwood. He looked fine until he was like talking to a chair old. mm. I want to be strong. And not just emotionally strong. I've got plenty of that. I want to be physically strong. Um, I don't know how I feel about putting strong there because I feel like when you put words like strong in there, you get a whole bunch of trials so that you're like, oh, I can really get through all this stuff. And I don't want that. So I'm going to take strong off. Healthy is enough. Ooh, I want to be inspired. And I want to be inspiring. Help me out, guys. Think of words, any words that come to mind. Write them down. Let me see. Maybe I'll review my list of values and see if any of those sound like a word. So I have loyalty, generosity, integrity, empathy, compassion, service, excellence. I kind of like excellence. I think I will put that. Inclusion, equity, representation, authenticity, sincerity, reliable, family, hope, optimism, perseverance, happiness. Happiness. Ooh, so on that note, I already feel like I'm always happy, but I'm going to put things like pleasure. I'm going to put things like delight. I want to just be happy. I'm happy all the time. I want to feel like I want to really have those highs this year. So pleasure, delight, joy, positivity, sane, justice, kindness. I want to feel connection. And I want to make people feel connection too, because I feel like that's one thing that we've been drifting farther and farther away from culturally in a society, in our witchcraft community, in our American culture. We have been drifting away from connecting with each other, and instead finding really things that are separating and not staying in our own lane and minding other people's business instead of minding our own business and loving other people like we should be doing. So I want connection. Legacy. I love legacy. Good miracles for the world. Intertwined. love, leadership, reputation, spirituality, trustworthiness, success, smart, loyal, loving, devoted. And so while I like those words, I'm not putting them on my list because I sometimes feel like things like positivity can be a double-edged sword for me. I tend to do so my birth card is the Hierophant and Temperance. And I certainly feel the Temperance as I get older, or feel the Hierophant as I get older, but I always struggle with Temperance. And actually my card of the year, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, is the Devil. So I tend to do things in excess, good things and bad things, and the poison is in the dose. So even a good thing done in excess is poison, is bad for you. And so I can go overboard with loyalty. I can go overboard with generosity. I can go overboard with devotion. So I'm trying to be very mindful about not writing words that can be double-edged. Organized. Communication. There's words there, but I'm not feeling them. So there's words around organization that I like that I'm not getting them. There's words around communication that I'm not. So there's I'm trying to think of an adverb or an adjective surrounding communication that is more about doing so very well. So I'll think about that. Advocating, investigating, reliable, persistent, trustworthy, generous, helper, empathetic, authentic, family, optimism, kind, leader, grateful, caring. I like enthusiastic. Love learning. Social intelligence, just. I like nourishment. Because for me, it has a different flavor than nurturing. Because I feel like nurturing is something that I do, but I want to nourish and I want to be nourished. I know. Balanced. I need that. I don't know if I want that. Travel. Wonder. I love being in awe. It's a wonderful feeling. So I like to feel accomplished. I like that. So I'm looking at my list of hobbies and skills I wanted to do. So horticulture. I wanted to bring things into life. Healing. Yoga. Hiking and walking. Crafting. Shooting. Entrepreneurship, which I already kind of spoke to. Success. Motivated. Not just that, motivated and motivating. Because I'm also wanting to expand my influence. Influential. So some of the items on my bucket list, I'm just kind of reviewing, because the prompt is for your word of the year, and I hope you guys are doing this too. Think about what your 2021, your ideal 2021 would look like, and then think of words that describe that, right? So, yes. And I want self-care on there. I like self-care in that, I mean, actual self-care, taking care of my body, nourishing my body, drinking my water, drinking my tea, taking my vitamins, moving my body so that it feels great, prettying myself up. So I'm looking at myself like, I'm so cute. Check me out. Which sometimes I do in the mirror. My husband's like, what are you doing? And I'm just like, whoa, sir. This is a private moment between Brandy and Brandy. I already know how you feel about all this. I'm trying to work on how I feel about all this. Myself needs to catch up to your level of admiration here. Put my feet in the ocean. I love putting my feet in the ocean. That's one of my bucket list items. And I always feel so at home. So at home. What is that? What's a word for feeling that feeling of completely being? And I did put belonging on there because I love that feeling. So connected. I think we talked about connected. Yes, connection. See a meteor shower. Yep, I love seeing the meteor shower. Ooh, I'm going to put follow through. Because I am good at following through on some stuff, but not all stuff. So following through. And I'm going to put expansion. So there we go, dudes. I have made a whole list. Do you guys have a list of words to potentially for your word of the year? So what's the next step? Start with a list. Once you start to get a feel for what your word might be, dive a little deeper by looking up their definitions and synonyms. This helps uncover a little more meaning behind the words, leading you to words you may not have thought of. Now the fun part. Take some pressure off by reminding yourself that this word doesn't have to be set in stone. You can change it at any time. You can also play around by picking a word for each season of the year. If you're really struggling, make a short list, no more than 5 words, and keeping it where you see it every day. As the days go on, you'll have a better feel for which word resonates the most. And so now I'm stuck because I'm just like, I can't sit here and look up synonyms for you guys all day. And a lot of these words are actually synonyms for each other. So that'll be my homework, and I'll update you guys on how it goes in the near future of just trying to really flesh out what it is that I want to accomplish. And I can't wait to hear your guys' words. So if you have a word or if you've been inspired just now, or if you're going to work on it while we chat, please let me know. I love that idea. I'd love to hear what you guys have. Let's see. I'm just looking if there was any other activities. I think there's one over here. Let me see. Ooh. Happy New Year, Ryan. Thanks, dear. Manifesting is a really good word. And I think that it's really versatile. And I do like that word as well because there's so many ways that you can manifest whatever it is that you want in your life. Maybe a job, maybe an opportunity, maybe a love, maybe a travel situation, maybe just so many opportunities. That's a great word. I love that one. Content and contentment. I like that a lot, Rachel. I like that a lot. Did I put that on my list? Yeah, I didn't put it on my list, but I'm thinking about it. Where am I? I'm looking for something specific. Hold on, let me light another incense. I've got it. I thought of the word clean. I wonder what that means. I don't know. I think of the first thing that came to my mind, when the rain washes you clean, you'll know. So maybe spiritually clean? Might be a good, maybe that word is. That's wonderful, Ryan. I can definitely hear that. Yeah, manifesting your reality, because really, what is reality really, as far as our human brains can comprehend? Of course, that's one of my favorite songs, and just like, oh man, I went through, it was probably 2017, and I drove everybody who knew me sick to shit of that song. I was just on replay all the time, over and over. I have since limited myself, but it's still like something I sing almost daily. So here's a nice activity. 2020 was quite a year. Even in the midst of profound challenges, we can find blessings where we seek them. Take some time to reflect and acknowledge and feel grateful for your favorite blessings from the previous year. And so, like, if you haven't already, what wonderful people did you meet? What beloved friends and family members did you get to see and spend time with? What beautiful moments did you experience? What successes, little or big, inner or outer, did you achieve? Where did you travel? What did you learn? How did you evolve? How did you heal? So those are some, ooh. So this one talks about different areas where you can set goals, which I think we'll come back to, because I want to do a goal setting part at this one. And so this one doesn't have a word of the year exercise. I know I have one, aside from the one that I already. If you clean, you'll know. Okay. All right, let's see if this one does, and if not, we will move on to the card of the year, because I feel like I always have this stump, but I'm really going to give it a legitimate shot this year to really make a word of the year. So I actually don't have an exercise for that in this year's, but let me look at last year's and see if I can just recycle that. It must have been the first Spirit de la Lune book that I had that had the word of the year. I feel like we've made some headway in that. So let's move on. So the card of the year. So just FYI, I got this card of the year idea from Dee over at Divination. Originally we were going to do this together, but something came up, which is totally fine. Life is busy and challenging, and God knows. It can be a lot. So I actually have my work here, so I want to pull that up. So if you don't already follow Dee from Divination, check it out. She has a video on the card of the year 2021. And so basically you take your birthday 2021, and so I have some simple math here for mine. So there's two ways you can do it. So I did it 08/11/2021. So my birthday is August 11, 2021. So 08 plus 11 plus 2021 is 2040. And then I added each individual number. So 2 plus 0 plus 4 plus 0 is 6. So the Lovers. And then the other way is that you can write your birth date just single digits. So, and that's the top way. So 0 plus 8 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1 equals 15, which is the Devil. So those are my 2 cards of the year. You can have one. Some people only do have one. Like my husband, no matter how I added his was a 10, Wheel of Fortune. So he's going to have a good year. So, and then from there, just to give myself a more well-rounded reading, so to speak, of my card of the year, of the energies, I took, and if you add 1, 5, it'll equal 6, right? So I had 6. So I took 15 plus 6 equals 21, which is the World. And then I took 6 plus 6 is 12, which is the Hangman. And then, of course, I have 21 and I have 12, so I added 1 and 2, which is 3, the Empress. However you want to add the cards in ways that make sense to you. No, Joshua, we just started the card of the year. We were just talking about the word of the year for a while. I made a list of words, which you can watch again later, dear. It's just basically like think of how you want 2021 to be, and then make a list of words that embody that feeling, and then from there you narrow it down. Hi, Uncle Badger. So for the card of the year, you're going to take your birthday plus 2021. So for me, I was born August 11. So you can either do 08 plus 11 plus 2021. Then you'll get a very large number and you'll combine the digits to have one number. Or you can add each digit individually. So August 11, 2021 could be 0 plus 8 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1, which would equal 15. So I could take that number, which is a major arcana card, it's the Devil. I can add 1 and 5 together, which would give me the Lovers again, which is 6. Hi. And then from there, I wanted some more cards to round out the reading. So I said 15 plus 6 is 21. So the World card. 6 plus 6 is 12. So the Hangman. And then 1 plus 2, because I got 21 and I got 12. So 1 and 2 is 3, which is the Empress. And so if you have your deck, you can get it out. I actually have and I know you guys know this problem. I have quite a few tarot decks. I have all my decks in this drawer here because I knew we were going to be working on this today. Oh, that's wonderful, Hannah. So you can do the math both ways. And then not just that, 11 might be one of your numbers, but you might say 1 plus 1, so 2. So the Magician, the High Priestess could be your other card for like another part of your reading. So I think I'm going to do Tarot of the Divine and the Light Seers. I'll pull them all out. I'll pull them all out. And let me go get my Super Lunaris just a minute. Jojo, do you want to stay in here or do you want to go out? You want to stay with Mama or you want to come out? What do you want? You best not knock over the trash. I need it. So we set up this beautiful area in the corner, but I don't have all of my stuff in the same area, so I had to get up. So I just pulled out all my decks, Hannah. So I just have all of my tarot decks, and in order of appearance, I have, you know what, Lacey? That's my husband too. My husband is a Scorpio, and his is 10 either way. So then what I did for my husband to get some variety was, so you can add the 0 and the 1. So 1, Magician. And then I added, so both ways, 10. So I added 10 plus 10, so 20, Judgment. And then once I had 10 plus 10, 2 plus 0 is 2. So I just, you can finagle the numbers in any way that makes sense to you, but that's the way that made sense to me to get a more well-rounded, reading. So this is my Lover's Path Tarot. This is my first tarot deck that I ever bought in my life. It's my bottom B. Let me pull up my cards again. Those are both great cards, Uncle Badger. I actually think of death more in terms of transformation. And I'll show you some of the death cards that I have in my decks. So for me, I have Devil Lovers. Hold on. These are all discombobulated. So here's the death card in this one. It's called Transformation, and it's Pluto and Persephone. I got 18 and then 9. Awesome. So 18 is what? The moon? Yeah, the moon. And then 9, of course, is contemplation, which is also more commonly known as the hermit. So sorry, this deck has different names. Yeah. So this is the Wheel of Fortune in this deck. Fortune, Danny and Seuss. I'm looking for my cards. So 3, fertility. The Empress is Cleopatra and Caesar. That's one of my cards. Triumph, Dionysus and Ariadne. I love that. This is a really, really good, one of my favorite cards. Orpheus and Eurydice, which is sacrifice, which is their version of the Hanged Man. Isis and Osiris is the lovers. And then we have temptation for the devil. So that's my deck here. Yeah. Yeah. So I love these cards. They've been with me forever. But my main cards are temptation, and I can see that. It can be tempting to stay in your own ways. It can be tempting to give in to your bad habits, to your addictions, to the things that you should be releasing, the things that are not serving you. I live this. I have a hard time changing, even if it's for the best possible reason. I'm very hard for me to get out of a rut. So that's what the devil card is speaking to me as far as 2021. It is a warning to me that I've got to nip this shit in the bud. The other one is the lovers, which of course I have a very, very good, stable relationship that's kind of like the backbone of my life here, of my life period. And then the cards that I think are my outcome cards, are my potential outcomes, is the World. So triumph, happily ever after, right? The Hanged Man, So which is sacrifice, but also stagnation. The Hangman really speaks of stagnation, which if I don't fix this, I'm going to be stuck with this. And that's how I felt in 2020, stagnant. This is my Lover's Path Tarot. Lover's Path Tarot. And then the other thing is the Empress, fertility, which is something that I've wanted for a long time. I want to have a baby. So I think that there's a good chance that I will get all of these, but I have to be very, very, very cautious about how I'm putting my energy in and putting my money where my mouth is, so to speak. So I'm gonna just go ahead and say that each different deck gives me a little bit different vibe. So I highly recommend that if you guys have numerous decks, that you run the numbers, so to speak, with each of your different decks. And so I'm going to go a little bit more classic with the Tarot Musha. I'll just show you each of the cards in my deck. Yes. So this is the Devil in the Tarot Musha, which is like my main card. The Empress, of course, was one of my cards. I'm looking for the other ones. Somebody I know got the Moon, didn't you? Beautiful. This is a beautiful Moon card. The Lovers. So an interesting juxtaposition that you didn't see in this other deck, but in the Rider-Waite and in some of the more traditional decks, if you look at the Devil and if you look at the Lovers, these same couple are in both pictures. And I'll show you a little bit more different. I'll tell it in each deck, but I really like that. Really makes me think a little differently about what's going on here. Gives me a different flavor for sure. You know what I'm saying? I know. I don't have that many decks. I actually sold a whole bunch because I was just feeling like I wasn't really using them. Oh, here's the Death card, Uncle Badger, in the Tarot Musha. Oh, Lord. Oh, look at the Hermit, guys. Isn't she beautiful? It's one of my favorite Hermit cards ever. Just so lovely. This is my Wheel of Fortune for my Scorpios. I'm having a hard time finding my cards, friends. Hangman. Judgment. Which one did I miss? I have the Devil, the Lovers, the Hangman. Oh, I put the Empress back. I had the Empress, but I put her back. Let me grab her up again. Did I put her down somewhere? Where? My goodness. I'm feeling crazy. There she is, the Empress. So this one's Tarot Musha. It's really pretty. So these again are my cards, the Devil and the Lovers. I really think that the symbolism, so check it out. You have the Devil here with the two people. And then you have this like angel or something here with the two people. So it's almost like they're two sides of the same coin. Very interesting representation to me. And then I have the possible outcomes, which is the Hangman, the World, and the Empress. Or maybe a little bit of all. I don't know. It's an Art Nouveau style, yeah. It's the Tarot Musha. So that one, I mean, I definitely appreciate the beauty of it. This one's a more non-traditional deck. I don't think many of you guys have, but I'm very much in love with the Little Prince. If you're familiar with the Little Prince, it's a really beautiful book. So here's the Wheel of Fortune from the Little Prince Tarot. Here's the Empress. I love the fox, so beautiful, and the rose, Little Prince. Somebody got the Moon card, I remember, so here's the Moon. Nobody got the Star that I can think of, but this is so beautiful. This is the Star card. So there's the Princess, the Star, and there's the Fox, and there's the Snake in the Oasis. Just beautiful. Here's the Death card. So if you've read the story, you know the Little Prince dies. This is the Devil. So those are all the king who's not really king, the collector, and the man who wants accolades, and the drunk. So those are all. The Hanged Man. It's the Prince and then the Aviator. The Lovers. Remember, the Little Prince is in love with the Rose. It's the World card. I love the Fox. Fox is my favorite, for those of you who don't know. Not because here's the Hermit for my Hermit people. Not that I identify with the fox, but that I think of my son as a fox. Ooh, that's awesome. You could definitely do the runes with this exercise. So again, here's the Devil and the Lovers, which is my two cards. So this one speaks, because I know the story, and these are all like just people who are like hindering his path, not very helpful, like deluded, or just not in a good place. So cautionary, don't be like these people. And then this one's just his love for the Rose, which ends up taking him on this big adventure, which doesn't really work out in the love aspect. Then, of course, we have the three potential outcomes, which is the Hangman, the Empress, and the World. Very interesting. Very interesting take on this for sure. I don't know how I feel. I actually don't read with this deck very much. I keep it out of nostalgia mostly. Not nostalgia, but just because I love little prints. I don't know how useful it is in the long term. I may or may not sell it. The Weaver Tarot by Threads of Fate. This one's a beauty. Expensive, but beautiful. And this one's imagery, not traditional imagery at all. So for example, this beauty is the Hermit. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. You know, you could consider that in your own reading. For myself, I think of the pure, unadulterated energy of the card because it's a card of the year and I'm coming across the card through a mathematical, numerological formula as opposed to drawing it the way that it is positioned in my deck. So no, I don't think of it as we're not reversed. But I think that you should do whatever sounds best for you because what's going to make sense to you is going to be more meaningful to you. So this is their moon card for those of you who got the moon. This is the Devil. The Wheel of Fortune from the Scorpios. The Hanged One, which is the Hanged Man. Yeah, it is a beautiful Devil card. It's the World. The Lovers. I'm just looking for my... Oh, here's a Death card. This is their Death card. I think it's really pretty. Okay, I think they call the Empress something different. Huh. Oh, wow. So they call the Empress the Pillar in this deck, which I really like the imagery. We got the rose, we got the moon cycles, we've got a down angle and a star here. It's very pretty. So again, for myself, I have the Devil and the Lovers. This one looks more to me like maybe poison or toxic or like danger. So a skull like that is danger. And I think again of like the poison is in the dose and anything is poison in the right dose and just like this is a big fat warning sign about overdoing anything. No, Joshua, don't be sorry. I love hearing your commentary. Anybody who wants to talk, please speak. Or to comment. This is interactive. And then these are the outcome cards. We've got our Empress, our Hangman, and our World card. What color version do you have, Lacey? I have the Weaver Tarot, and I have the Threads of Fate Shadow Oracle, which I love. I actually like the Shadow Oracle more than I like the Weaver Oracle, if I'm going to be real. No worries. Listen. And do whatever moves you. So this is my favorite deck, my current favorite deck. This is the Tarot of the Divine by Yoshi. Beautiful. Love it so much. So here's the Hermit for my Hermit people. Beautiful. Hangman, which is Sleeping Beauty. The World. The Lovers, which is Beauty and the Beast. La Virgen de Guadalupe is the Empress. Oh, that sounds wonderful. Here's their Wheel of Fortune card. Anzazi. Oh, that's wonderful. Look at this beautiful moon card. Kaguya. It's Japanese goddess. Here's the death card in this one. This is King Valamon, the polar bear king. And it's very similar to the fairy tale of Cupid and Psyche, probably very related. And so basically, he's got a curse on him, and he has to live with his wife for a period of time before the curse can be broken without her seeing his face. So even though he's kind and they're very much into this relationship, and she has a wonderful life, her sisters convince her to light a candle and sneak into his room when he's sleeping and look at his face, which she does, and nothing bad happens until she happens to drop a bit of wax on him, startling him awake and setting into motion this grand adventure where she has to win him back. In the Prince Valamon, King Valamon story, it's from like an evil witch, and in the Cupid and Psyche, it's she has to go, Aphrodite, Cupid's mother, Eros's mother, knows how to find him, or she has him or something, and she sends her on a quest to the underworld to get something from Persephone, a box of beauty, I believe, from Persephone, to bring back with her. So very interesting. I really like this choice. I love it, as a matter of fact. This is the devil, Boitata. He's just burning the forest down just because he's a jerk. So I don't know how I feel about that. Yes, the Empress is beautiful. I love it. I don't know. I think the only one I have that's just planets is probably the Black Moon Astrology. Has the planets in it. But everything else I don't think. So just really quick, the Lovers and the Devil. So this one talks more about like just greed and and just being awful. That's what it speaks of to me. This is the Lovers, and I kind of like that as well. And then these are the outcome cards. I love, this is my favorite Empress ever. So beautiful. And all of these, so this one speaks again to like the stagnation, the being trapped. But these are both overwhelmingly positive cards. I'm putting them away as I get finished. Otherwise, I'll be overwhelmed. Oh, plant decks. I love plant decks, but I don't have, I don't really have any. I had some on Kickstarter that I wanted to purchase, but the Kickstarters didn't go through. Oh, that's not true. I'm incorrect. I have this one, The Language of Flowers. Or no, this one's Flower Petals. This one is The Language of Flowers, and these are both flower decks. They're little mini ones, but they're really cute. I actually like them quite a bit. I would not be opposed to some kind of herbal or flower deck. So these two I always use together, Super Lunaris and Light Seers. I would think, like, what is your card of the year? Share your card of the year, guys. And what do you think it means for your year? And is it something that you think that is helpful for your year, or something that you have to overcome for your year? I'm very interested in that perspective. So just feel free to share that. I gotta say, I love these cards. I can't wait to show them to you. I'm just kind of getting them a little more organized so that I can kind of do them side by side with the Light Seers, because I think that they go really, really well together. I can read some of it when I pull these out. Let me see. Okay. Give me 1 second, guys. Just getting myself undiscombobulated. Okay. All right. I've got my Major Arcana cards out. Okay, and I will go through the cards, guys. Okay, so we got, I'll just go through each of them with both of these decks, and if you want, I can read a blurb from it. Okay, so the Fool, which I don't know if either of you guys got the Fool card, but I know my mom did. It was one of the cards that I pulled for her. And so if anybody got the Fool card, just some basic words: new beginnings, leap of faith, taking risk, and trusting the universe, going your own way, listening to your own voice. There's a lot more to it there, of course. It's pretty nuanced depending on how you look at it. These are the Magician cards. Beautiful. The Magician is power, skills, taking control, resourcefulness, manifestation, harnessing the power around you and channeling it towards a goal, a trickster, an entrepreneur. The High Priestess. Both my husband and son got the High Priestess. Wisdom, the unconscious stillness, a medicine woman ruled by the moon who reveals hidden truths and encourages you to listen to your intuition. Oh, that's wonderful, Cat. I do too, Lacey. So this is the Empress. Both of these are beautiful. And this is one of my cards of the year. Because I did some finagling. It's not one of my main two. It's one of my outcome cards. And so the Empress is the mother of creativity, nurturing love, abundance, passion, a powerful feminine figure, sensuality, and fertility. And then I'll do the next four. Okay, so the Emperor. My mom got this card too. So authority, pragmatism, conviction, rules, stepping into power, reason, society, wisdom, taking on and dismantling a system of oppression to create a new one. The Hierophant. And just overall for 2021, the card of the year, and this is something Dee brought up, is 5, the Hierophant. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1 is 5. So 2021 is the year of the Hierophant. And that's also my birth card. So it's tradition, teacher, counselor, guru, studies, spiritual insight, seeking solutions through a spiritual path. The Lovers is one of my primary cards for the year. I like this one. This is really pretty. So the Lovers. And they mean a major choice, a spiritual attraction, duality, making contact with the true source of love, recognizing external admiration as a mirror that reflects aspects of the self. For those of you who got the Chariot, drive, ambition, willpower, self-reliance, overcoming emotions and internal conflict, determination, victory, combining opposing forces to push through to success. Then I'll do the next few. Eight. All right, guys. Next is strength. So strength is courage, confidence, emotional openness, gentle force, inner balance, mastering raw emotions, taming primal instincts. So these hermits are both really beautiful. These are the hermit cards. I like them a lot. They're really pretty. Reflecting inward, solitude, wisdom, soul-searching, withdrawal, discovering truths about yourself, walking away from outside influences to follow the light of your own lantern. And we have, of course, the Wheel of Fortune. Karma, fate, life cycles, destiny, a turning point, change, good luck, learning how to let go and let life guide you rather than feel like you have to be in control. And justice. Two different justice cards. Justice, of course, is balance, fairness, neutrality, truth, law, cause and effect, righting our wrongs, integrity, staying rational, and doing what is necessary to gain equilibrium. So 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, 12 is the Hanged One. That's another one of my cards. These don't really evoke stagnation in me, but more like stillness, maybe. Stillness, suspension, limbo, holding pattern until a new perspective is realized, a voluntary sacrifice to obtain a higher good, a spiritual enlightenment. Then we have death. I love this death card. This hits home for me because of what we went through. Ooh, that sounds really nice, Lacey. So death, transformation, transition, change, and ending, release, the clearing of old ways to make way for the new, the destruction necessary for the promise of renewal. We have temperance. Moderation, calm, balance, to combine perfectly, mixing things until you get exactly what you want, following with life with a sense of harmony and peace. And we have the devil. Look at this fool. This speaks temptation from his head to his toes. He's so handsome. This is problematic for me. This, not so much. I think that's also part of the devil, is that monkey on your back, that thing that's keeping you in a bad place. But definitely like this one best. So the devil, bondage, temptation, addictions, feeling trapped in an oppressive situation that may be of your own making, being stuck in a pattern of negative thinking and behavior. And of course, I hope nobody's card was the Tower. This one I like a lot. Feels a lot like the Fire, but not so hopeful. So the Tower, swift, shocking, and dramatic change and upheaval, a tearing away of an old system belief. The Tower does for us what we cannot do for ourselves, a powerful gift of liberation, forcing us to rebuild a new, better foundation. Nice. We have the Star. Beautiful. I like this one a little better. The Star, the light of the darkness, hope, luck, optimism, peace, the calm after the storm, inner peace has been restored, healing is underway, the truth has been revealed. For those of you who got the Moon, intuition, dreams, the subconscious, mystery, a period of confusion or distortion, a time of enhanced creativity, a descent into the underworld, an intuitive awakening via a time of introspective withdrawal. This is the Sun. I love this Sun card. 3 of my favorite things: dog, baby, sunflower. It's pretty too, but I like this one a lot. Sun, happiness, success, clarity, freedom, a great sense of beauty of life, seeing the world in a whole new way, a life united in joy and light. Judgment. Rebirth, renewal, awakening, enlightenment, resurrection, accepting your past as a necessary part of stepping into your higher self, having a clearer and better understanding of your life, stepping into something new. And finally, the world, which is another one of my major cards. The world. Fulfillment, attainment, completion, a great understanding, the closing of a major spiritual lesson, the end of a phase and the start of something new, the dance of being completely in tune with the universe and all forces of life. So I love these decks, by the way. I absolutely just love them. They're wonderful. I got a lot out of that. I hope you guys did too. I really like thinking about my cards. And for the most part, for me, it's a very positive thoughts. I got a lot out of this reading in that, like, what to be mindful of, what are the like major messages that I'm getting. Ooh, Aries. So I hope you found your card of the year, and I'd like to, if you guys want to share more, that's totally great, or we can transition. I'm a Leo too, Kat. Oh, nothing. I was just reading all the cards and going through the last bit, but I think Leos offer a lot, but it can definitely be difficult. That's wonderful, Lacey. I love it. I'm going to do more draws, but this is just like a fun card of the year I had planned. But if you guys want, I would like to, we can do level 10 life together. I can tell you how to do that, and you can plan to do that later. So basically, level 10 life is where you do it like, you can do this in ritual, you can do this as a working, or you can do this just as a journaling introspection type exercise for yourself. And basically it's an honest inventory of where you are at this exact moment as a person. And so I did not make this concept. I've come across this concept in bullet journaling. So I would definitely say that the Hermit is an introspective card. And and let me see. Let's see. Hold on, what do we have here? Let's see. How about this one? Llewellyn's Complete Book of Tarot. The Hermit, the search for meaning. In astrology, it corresponds to the Virgo. The element is earth. The numerology is 9. The Hebrew letter is Yod. The myth and archetype, the wise old man, the sage, the philosopher, Buddha, Jedi Master Yoda, whose name contains the Hebrew letter Yod. So some keywords: prudence, caution, deliberation, prudence, circumspection, also and especially treason, dissimulation, roguery, corruption. Active pursuit of divine inspiration and wisdom from above. Introspection, meditation, spiritual retreat, careful attention, solitude, prudence, maturity, self-possession, the wisdom of experience, watchfulness, circumspection, discernment, perspective, patient pursuit of knowledge, quiet contemplation, spiritual illumination, philosophical insight, the search for meaning, the power of now, replenishment of the soul. So the Hermit indicates a need to spend time far from the madding crowd. Now is the time to collect your thoughts and regroup your forces. A period of solitude and contemplation is in order. In this modern age of technology, someone quipped that meditation provides the answers you can't find on Google. You have been through a lot, and the time has come to wait and watch. An attitude of patient circumspection will allow you to put matters in perspective and learn from your experience. And then the moon, things that go bump in the night. Astrology, Pisces, element, water, numerology 9, myths and archetypes, the moon goddess, Hecate, gatekeeper of the worlds and the queen of the night, Diana, goddess of the moon, birthing and the hunt, twilight, deception, error, hidden enemies, dangers, calumny, darkness, terror, deception, occult forces, error, voluntary change, as opposed to involuntary change of the death card, dissatisfaction. When ill dignified, the moon may signify deception, error, or falsehood. Illusion, mystery, haziness, unseen forces, intuitive knowledge. Things are not what they seem. Voluntary change, phases, cycles, dreams, imagination, psychic awareness, unconscious knowledge, introspection, gut instincts, the menstrual cycle, facing one's fears. The moon suggests that circumstances may be elusive, unclear, confusing, fluctuating, or unsteady at this time. The moon has a dark side, always hidden from human view. Individuals under the influence of drugs or alcohol can cause problems. Important information may have been misunderstood or may not yet be within your grasp. Unseen influences may be at work, and matters are likely to look different in the light of day. You may be in one phase of a cycle, and only with the passage of time will the next phase reveal itself. Don't jump to conclusions or act on impulse. Be sure you have accurate and verifiable information before making a major decision. Yeah, exactly. Hello. So so what are we wanting to do? What are we interested in? I had hoped my husband would kind of participate a little bit more, but I think he's probably playing Far Cry. I had planned also to do exactly. Thank you, Hannah. Wait, be patient. Look inside yourself. Things are not what they seem. Don't act impulsively. Go with the flow. Take it easy. Do you guys is anybody interested in level 10 life, or do we want to chat, or do we want to talk about anything? Everybody want to share their goals? I can go through how to do the level 10 life, and you guys can do it at a later time. If nobody sounds interested in that or interested in this, we can teeter on. It's really up to you. Oh, Lacey, your year. I love this exercise. It really gave me a lot. And I have pages in my journal. I mean, just from the Wolf Moon Challenge, I'm on page 78 in my journal, which is a lot considering I haven't even done the exercise of the last few. I don't use them in my craft. I nurture them. So oh yeah, level 10 life is an exercise, and it's a personal inventory, which my husband and I always do at the new year. And it's basically, oh, let me light an incense. It's basically a personal inventory. So the first part is making a personal inventory, and the second part is making goals. And so this is simple, but it can be challenging to take an honest look at your life. And so basically there's 10 categories, and I'm going to write them here. And you can find principles on the internet with like blank ones that you can fill in and color. You can draw them yourself. You can journal them however you want. I don't actually have mine. Yeah, that's true, Hannah. I'm trying to do a little bit more work around having houseplants and nurturing them in an act of, like we talked about briefly, decolonized herbalism. I'm gonna not take that too seriously because I still want to grow things for eat and for consumption. But a lot of things you don't have to kill. If you nurture a rose plant, you have beautiful roses all the time. And sometimes nurturing your flowers means deadheading some so that the plant can put up more flowers and grow. You can absolutely do a plant spell with your house plants, in that like when it's time to repot them, or if you want to plant a new spell, or if you bought a plant and you're going to pot it, you can set an intention, put it on the bottom of your pot, not too big because you don't want to hurt the plant, and then plant your plant on top of it, and you can add things to it to make it a more fulfilling spell. So like, for example, if you wanted to do a money spell, you might get yourself a little money tree. You might put your intention in there, put some soil, put your money tree, put the soil, and maybe have a little pyrite, maybe put a little abundance soil, maybe do an abundance sigil on the thing, have a candle lit for abundance as you plant. You can, I used to call myself, I used to say I had a great thumb and that I was a plant hospice worker, but I have come a long way. And that is one of my life's goals, is to be one of those little crones, just whispering magic into my plants and them just blooming luxurious. And it's a lot of work. I'm doing the practical work of learning gardening and horticulture, but that's one of my goals. Just to suffice to say that you can keep things alive. So I would say a spider plant is exceptionally hard to kill. Aloe vera is pretty freaking hard to kill. Honestly, I think it's a pothos. This thing only needs a soaking once a month, and I keep it in the kitchen so it's humid the other times, and it's just, there's plenty of plants. A cactus, plenty of plants that are really, really hard to kill. So I don't know where I'm gonna have to grab it. Okay. So I put my level 10 life in my bullet journal. Yours is going to look however yours is going to look, but for right now. Yeah. Snake plant, for sure. You know, Kat, you know, not stupid, my smart, rebellious, naughty little tortoise killed my aloe vera, ate it up, and then like, damn it, you little butt. Yes, exactly. So, so your categories are family and friends, and you might tweak your categories to better suit you. It's up to you. Personal development, spirituality, finances, career, romance, fun and recreation, The spider mites? Oh, yeah. They're like little buggies that get on plants and kill them. I've seen them pretty bad on marijuana sometimes. I can't remember. I want to say it was Stella Jane's marijuana plants or somebody's did. I have not grown marijuana for myself. I don't. Smoking of all kinds makes my lungs immensely unhappy. I think the only time I tried to smoke, I threw up. It was bad. All right, so here are the categories. Hopefully it's big enough to read. And so basically you, now for me, I make myself a little grid. So each for the category and then grade. But you can also just write family and friends. And then my husband and I sit here and we do a review and we say, like, if you had to give your family and friends how satisfied you are with your relationship, your interactions, your situation with your family and friends right now, what grade would it be? With 1 being horrifically bad, I'm alienated, I have no friends, I have no social supports at all, or 10, like ecstatic, it could not possibly be better. We are so close. This is so wonderful. I'm so happy. It's a bullet journal, so I just used a ruler. But basically, try to think like, okay, how's my friend situation? How's my family situation going? And at the end of 2020, it may be that it's a little tense, or it may be that you didn't see them as much as you wanted to. You didn't reach out to as many people as you wanted to. Or maybe because you've been stuck in the house more, you've actually regularly called mother. Lacey, I just got off nursing too. So my social life, I'm trying to ease off of that. So something that, and I'm going to go over this intimately with my husband at some point, whenever he's not on Far Cry or Rainbow Six Siege or Roblox, whatever it is that he's doing right now. And we kind of talk together because our family and friend situation is similar but different, because obviously we're different people and we want different things. But I feel like not a couple years ago, in 2019, I believe, I had a thing called my Keep in Touch tracker, and I listed the people who mean the most to me and in what way I wanted to engage with them at least once a month. And I feel like I had better connections with just about everybody when I had that tracker, because it just prompted me to be like, hey, Steven, how are you, my love? Hey, Heather, I got your Christmas card. Thank you so much, honey. It means so much to me. Hey, Mama, I'm calling you this week just to make sure I check in. Hey, Mikey, I haven't called you. I haven't texted you. Like, just making sure that I am regularly reaching out to the people who I say mean something to me. Because when it comes down to it, your actions are what people remember. So I can love my mother to the cows come home, but if I never call her or talk to her or hang out with her or engage with her, what does that love even mean? I know. And so I actually have very deep, profound family ties. And then I'm not so big on the friendship, because I give so much of myself as a nurse, as a mom, as all these other things that I'm doing, that I actually am very greedy and selfish with my personal time, to do only things that please me, or that specifically have to do with my immediate family, my husband or my son, or my blood relatives or my in-laws. So just really quickly, family and friends, personal development, spirituality, finances, career, romance, fun and recreation, giving and charity, physical environment, health, and fitness. And then I was just saying for family and friends, in 2019, I had done a keep in touch tracker. It worked out really well. Then in 2020, I was like, I've already got these systems in place. I have the habit. I'm not going to do the tracker because I can just keep doing what I've been doing. And it completely fell overboard. I didn't do any of that. To add to that I don't get to hang out with friends. I didn't get to travel. I didn't get to see my mom at Christmas like I wanted to, which fucking ruined my Christmas. I'm not gonna get upset about that. It's done. But I had these big plans of living my life and connecting with the ones that mean things to me. And so that didn't go as well as I wanted. I probably would not give myself a very high score. Do I feel alienated or disconnected from my family and friends? No, but I feel like those interactions, that connectedness is important to me. And I didn't spend anywhere near enough time on it for how important it is to me. I spent way more time on shit that I don't want to do than I did loving the people that mean a lot to me. So I would give myself a grade, with 1 being absolute no social circle to spare, and 10 being no possible way to improve. Everything is absolutely wonderfully perfect. I would give myself a grade and there. And then from there, yay. Yay. You guys are so sweet. And of course, this is one of my friend outlets because I have this whole big part of my life that I don't get to engage with anybody in my circle about. And so this has been a very healthy outlet for me to engage in this thing that's very important to me, and to make friends and to make connections and to grow as a human, as a person. It's been very helpful. I really love this channel and I hope that it grows, and that's one of my goals. But for family and friends, you might do an inventory thinking about that context, what it means to you, and then you may be inspired to set some goals. Now, some people I have seen, like Boho Berry, do like 100 goals. That's fucking crazy. I don't want to do anything that ends up feeling like a chore as opposed to a thing that I want to enjoy. Usually I make 1, maybe 2 goals about the most important parts, categories that I need to address. If I were to be prompted right at this moment without reviewing it with my husband and kind of talking it through as a family, I would say that I would have a goal to return to keeping my keep in touch tracker and regularly interacting with the ones that I love, and not forgetting and not delaying and not pushing back these connections. So number 2, personal development. That is an enormous topic, and you're going to have to gauge what that means to you as a person. I feel like every year I get better. Every year I get better, at least a little bit better. But that doesn't mean I get better evenly. I think I'm growing as a person every year, and I'm a better person that I like myself more every year. But it's hard, but I just badger him into it. There is nothing that you cannot accomplish through the power of nagging. So that's usually what it just happens. But if 1 is like you hate the person you are and something absolutely has to change, and 10 is like you absolutely love the person you are and there's no possible way that it could get better, where would you grade yourself, and what does that even mean to you? So I would like to be more patient. I would like to communicate with the people that I love and the people around me more respectfully. I'd probably like to stop cursing so much. It's pretty gnar. I definitely have had a little attitude problem because I've been burnt out, so I need to step that back. As far as my development as a person, I think that my thinking and my stubbornness and my righteousness has toned down a bit this year. Nothing like eating humble pie when the only person in fucking town who helps you when your house is burning down is your Trump loving neighbor. But God bless him, I love him to death, and he's one of the best, most helpful people in the whole situation. He made it like so manageable, and I'm so grateful. And it was a really good lesson in remembering that there are more things that connect you than things that drive you apart. So that was a really good, very wonderful lesson to me. And then, and it shifted my perspective and thinking like, obviously there is so much more that connects us and that unites us and that we have in common than the media or or the social media or the news or whatever will have you believe. And just FYI, people who are divided are easy to conquer, and that's something that I've been thinking about a lot. And I've been trying to reframe my thinking into, this is not an issue about politics. If this issue is important to me, then then it's typically important on a broader scale to more people, and we can make connections. We can find a middle ground. We can reach a consensus. We can make some headway in connection here. Of course, there are some hard and fast things that I will never compromise on, and you're going to have to do some personal inventory as to what that is. But for most things, I find that I can live in shades of gray and be just fine. Yeah, that's and I think at first, like, if I really pushed when me and my husband were a younger couple, then he did the shutdown. I hate the shutdown thing. He doesn't do that anymore. And sometimes if I really want something, I'm just like, what is it going to take? Are we buying bullets? Are we buying another case of bullets? Is that what it's going to take? I don't care. So there we go. Sometimes bribery, I don't care. I'm willing to invest in bullets if it's going to get me this interaction and this depth in our relationship that makes me feel better. And I can promise them till the cows come home, but if Weimar don't got them, they ain't there. So there we go. The problem is he doesn't forget, and eventually they will get him, and he'll keep checking. So then I'll be like, what the hell? What did you spend money on? And be like, bullets. Oh, okay. I guess that's where we're going to spend money. But I digress. So kind of gauge where your personal development is. And maybe, hi, Liberius. Just talking about level 10 life. Happy New Year, dear. It's not New Year's here yet. It's only 8:19. I feel like I'm 100 years old, though, because I am tired. This one's definitely one of the sections that I will say, please set a goal here. I see. For personal development, I highly suggest you set a goal every year and prioritize your development as a human being in the direction that you want to go. I try not to do too many goals at any given year just because I get so overwhelmed. But I highly suggest that this is one of the areas that you prioritize is your personal development. Number 3, spirituality. That can mean anything to you. Maybe you want to go to church more. Maybe you want to do a religious pilgrimage, a fasting thing, a meditative journey, a yoga class, a witchcraft workshop, whatever it is that you are wanting to engage. Oh, I think mine is still awake. He's going to be a hellion too. Yeah, I can see that. Although I feel like my husband and I are more, not opposites, more along the lines of two sides of the same coin, but definitely different expression of that energy, of that polarity. But I find that you really got to work to find common ground. Oh, bless his heart. Make sure you're pushing fluids. So as far as spirituality goes, I want to definitely practice and learn and grow more, which is part of the reason that I'm doing the challenges and part of the reason that my whole 2021 project around intentional living and practical magic and making magic work for you is a thing that's happening. Because when it comes down to it, almost all of the content that I have on this channel is based on me. And when I do an unboxing, it's like, what would I want to see? I want to see what's in the box. I don't want to see this person's face. No offense for those of you who do it that way. If I'm watching you, I like you, so it's fine. And I've probably already seen what's in the box, but I do things with myself in mind. And that's how I think that I can keep going no matter how many subscribers I have, no matter how much views I have. I can keep going because I'm doing things in a way that I enjoy. I would watch my content. I would like to watch me. I do my Get Ready With Me because I'm doing it anyway. Maybe you can benefit from what I'm learning. I'm doing my book reviews because it's like, hey, I got this book and I want to talk to somebody about it. Check it out. I do my lives for that same purpose. And so I feel like for anything that you are interested in, there are people out there who are also interested in that thing. And so that's where Hound Dog Hollow is coming from. But there are some things that I don't share because I think they're so intimate, and that's usually my personal practices. I will share broad concepts and general outlines for things, but even if I were to share a spell, I would never say I'm doing this spell on this day and this is my intention and this is I would not share in that way. But I would share something really similar so you can create it for yourself. So that's one thing. Oh, thanks. So as far as spirituality, I think I'm doing well. And I think I still want to make it a goal because I want to do physical practice more. I really want to commit to the devotion. And I really want to commit to building those skills that connect me to my life, which may seem mundane, but it's actually not. There's nothing more spiritual than actually living and being present and being in your body and manifesting your reality. And so that's something that I'm going to set goals around, something I think I'm doing okay in, but that I could obviously do better. There's always improvement opportunities in everything, no matter how good you're doing it. Finances. Ooh. I really need Saturn to rein me in because I am out of control. I discovered what Kickstarter was, so that hasn't been really helpful. And I also can't get out of my house, and so I shop my feelings. If I'm sad or frustrated or just like, I don't know, I am a shopping fool. And it's not I have always liked nice things for those of you who have watched me for a time. And I have never been bothered by having a lot of things. But at this point, after 2020, I'm like, I'm buying things because I can't do things. And I need to stop that, try to find a way that I can do things despite all these lockdowns, and also help my finances recover from all of that shopping therapy. Yeah. And I don't want to lay it out for you. I want to lay out the structure for you, and you're going to have to do what it is that means the most to you. Modern magic's my jam. Yep. Amazon is not your friend. Yes. And I like watching other people's content as well. So I would say that this is definitely something that I'm going to have to talk to my husband. And, you know, things are changing because I'm going back part-time. And of course, grad school is a massive investment. And I am looking for ways to cut back my hours at work because I need to do practicum hours, which are basically working for free to get your degree. And I need to do an increasing amount of those for the next 18 months in order to get my license as a nurse practitioner. So that is actually like you have to work basically part to full time for 18 months for free. And that means that I have to decrease the hours that I work for pay to make that happen. And so something has got to give there. And so I'm really investing more time in my channel so that I can have, you know, some alternate income. But also we're really looking at like, can we recycle more? Can we clean this house up and get rid of the excess stuff, which I have a lot of excess witchy stuff, but also clothes that no longer fit me and toys that my son never plays with and just lots of stuff. It's going to be a Facebook marketplace 2021. Lacey, don't you ever rein in that self-care stuff. Try to cut back on things that are not nourishing you. That's true, Hannah. And it takes all types. There's one of my YouTube people that I just love is Dawn Nightbloom. And she does spells that honestly I would never have thought to do, but I really like to watch them. And Trish was on here earlier. I love to watch Trish from Dismal Swamp. Just she makes all these oils and she makes all these things. Hi, Spirited Dragonfly. Definitely shopping my feelings. Yes, guys, I gotta stop shopping. It's not that I want to stop buying things, but I want to go places and buy things. I want to engage and buy things. I want to travel to China and buy things from China. I want to go to the powwow and buy sweetgrass from my Native American neighbors. I want to live. I want to get out of this fucking house. And instead, because I can't, I'm just like, blah, 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 blah. Shop, 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 shop. And then I'm just doing my Quicken and I'm like, what the do we buy on Amazon? Like, I'm working to pay for Amazon. What happened here? So anyways, take a good hard look at where your finances actually are. Give yourself a grade. Is it 1, as in like, I cannot buy food, I'm going to lose my home, or I have no home, I have no transportation? Or is it 10 where it's just like, I'm rich, bitch. I'm Bill Gates and money ain't a thing. I got enough money to give everybody on earth $1 and still have billions of dollars left. So, or still have lots of wealth left. I don't even know. So just gauge where you are, and I would still encourage you to make goals in this one too. I know Amazon, dangerous, and they're an evil corporation, so I really got to scale back from them. 5, career. That could mean anything to you. That could mean anything to you, and that's somewhere you're gonna have to look. I'm obviously heavily invested in my career, but I also feel like I'm exactly where I need to be. I'm a full-time RN. I feel very good and capable of my job, and I'm in grad school to be a nurse practitioner, so I feel really good about that. The only thing is, there's also the stressful part of like, I need to work on my work-life balance because my work is taking so much from me that I'm getting to be one of those nasty burnout nurses, and I don't want to do that. And if you're a nurse, or if you've met a nasty burnt out nurse, you will never forget her, because she makes you feel like garbage in one of the worst times in your life. Or if you're her coworker, she just like makes you feel like she would rather be dead than work with you. And I don't want to be that nurse, but I find it like I'm getting real sick of people, sir. And I'm getting myself less and less tolerant of stuff that would have never bothered me years ago. So exactly, Lacey. I am 110% done with everybody. So unless you are bleeding or cannot stand, or parts of you are coming out of places they shouldn't be coming out, do not bother me, which is not okay. So I know that as far as my career goes, I'm doing all the right steps, but my mind is not in the right place. So I need to find a way that I can nourish myself so that I have enough to give to others. And that probably, so for me, that looks like giving up some of my responsibilities, and not as a nurse, but those extra things that your work will ask you to take on. Like, oh, head this committee, Or, oh, can you help with this project? Or, oh, can you help with this PDSA? Or, oh, we really need you to, is it possible for you to be flexible with your schedule? And like, I need to stop doing those things because they are pulling me so thin that when I'm actually at my legitimate job, I feel completely put upon to do my job. I still do it, but I can't do it with, I'm having a harder time doing it with any equanimity. And so I need to back off and be like, I cannot be the chairman of this. I can't be part of this committee. I cannot come in on my day off for a meeting. I cannot be any more flexible than I already have been. I have to set some strong boundaries here because I'm not doing well. I know, Lacey. And that's the thing, like, oh, people are already putting in their vacation hours for next year. And then I feel so pressured because it's like, okay, I have to plan a vacation somewhere. But I just don't know. So really take a good look at that. And obviously many of you are not going to have the problem that Lacey and I have, which is just that you have like just so much work that you don't know what to do with. And you have a very, very secure job. In fact, it is a job that is all consuming and it's taking every aspect of your life over, which is obviously way too far in one direction. Some of you may not have a career that you have, or maybe you feel like your job is really shitty and you hate it and you need to change careers. So just kind of gauge where you are and see how that's going and maybe make a goal. You need to, Lacey. Protect yourself, protect your time, take care of yourself. Because when it comes down to it, you only have one life and you only have one body. And I think that it is almost impossible for a nurse to recover from burnout in that same job. And so we try so hard to give and to give and to give and to be compromising for the good of the team, but then we end up resenting everybody and we hate everybody and we just can't do it, and it builds bad blood. So it's better to have boundaries, firm but gentle boundaries that are just like, I am not going to do this anymore. I cannot for myself, and avoid that burnout than it is to try and repair those burnt bridges. Liberius. Oh my gosh, Liberius. That's also extremely stressful. Lots of work. That's another. This is the kind of job that we have so much work and so much job security, but it's so all consuming. It's very exhausting. So yes, firm boundaries. Definitely do things for you because your company will be okay. And yes, as nurses, especially, there's always this kind of guilt that's like, people need me. But then it's just like, my son needs me. And there is only one me. And if I am so fucking tired and burnt out from work that I can't even engage with him in any meaningful or kind way, then I am not doing my job as a human or as a mom. And that comes first. Those people are those people. And I love them and I want to care for them. But I am my son's mother. Mother is the name for God in the lips and hearts of all children. And am I giving to him what he deserves, or am I giving it to other people? I know, Lacey. But just like I was saying about my son, I gotta stop. Oh, girl, that's really hard. That is really hard, Freedom Girl. Exactly. And I'm sure that all of us feel undervalued because capitalism is not in the business of valuing you for your skills and your contributions. Capitalism is about exploiting your skills and your contributions. Hi, Summer. Am I saying that there's another system that's better? Nope, that's not what this conversation is about. I'm saying the system is designed to extract as much value from you as humanly possible. Oh, yeah. We're just talking about taking an honest look at where your career is. So one would be you have no career, you have no direction in life, or you absolutely hate your job, you're going to kill yourself. Or 10 is like you're so happy you could not imagine being anywhere else, you're a professional cake eater and it's just the best, most fulfilling, delicious job in the world. So then you're just like, oh no, Hannah, there's nothing easy about being a stay-at-home parent. I'm so grateful for the fact that I get to go to work and not have to, not have to deal with my son all the time. I love him to pieces, but like little children can be so hard. My husband does that, and I really appreciate him because he keeps all of this going so that I can go out and give all my love to other people. So he always sings to me that sublime song. What is it? Me and my girl, we got this relationship. I love her so bad, but she treats me like shit. I'm locked down like a penitentiary. She spreads her loving all over, and when she gets home, there's none left for me. It's true. And that's something that I'm working on backing up. I need to give less at work and give more home. So I feel bad for the stay-at-home parents sometimes, but unless you're just like not taking care of the child, in which case, please maybe take care of the child a little better. But I don't know anybody like that personally. Yeah, that sounds awful, Kat. Yes, that's wonderful, Summer. Wherever you are, wherever you are in your perception of your career and what that means to you in your life, take an honest reflection and maybe make some goals about how you can move to a more fulfilling place. Obviously, if everything is slow, then you're not going to make big changes in every career, in every category. But I would say that if you can move some categories forward and hold steady the ones that are not so good, then you're still better than you were at the beginning of the year. So the next category is romance. This one's easy for me. I have a husband who is the best. I love him happily ever after. Good year for us in that way. Very, very close, very united. No big fights. We haven't had big fight in many a year. But just like definitely connected. If one is like you have no love, you are really, really like seeking out romance, it's like a high driver for you, and 10 is like happily ever after, best thing in the world, then I would say kind of gauge that, and maybe your asex and romance means nothing to you, in which case you would say NA. Well, that's good, Kat. That's awesome. Whatever it is that helps you, you know, that you can do to that's meaningful for yourself, and that's going to look different for everybody. That whole spiel wasn't meant to alienate anybody. You have different situations, but every concern or exhaustion or bad feeling or complaint that you have about your job is still valid, or about your career or about your circumstances is still valid. Yeah, and that's something that's really a good skill to learn, Summer. I just want to um it's like moving through life together, and not necessarily that we have the same views or opinions or or even like the same thoughts or even the same goals, but like that we are, if we're steering this ship of our lives together, that we're at least going in the same general direction. I think if you're not, it's kind of challenging. um So I would rate myself high there. If anything, I would want to spend some more time doing things with my husband that he likes, because he does a lot of things for me that I like, and it ends up being things that he likes too. But he wouldn't consciously look for travel ideas. He's just not that kind. Will he go with me? Will he enjoy it? Will he help? Absolutely. But that's not what he would want. If he could choose an activity, we would go shooting, which I need to get back on. I had a really bad injury to my wrist that has left my shooting pretty piss poor. And so I need to get back into that. He wants to go camping. I love camping. We should do more of that. Obviously, it was really hard when the forest burned down by our house, but we will. That's one of my things that I want to do. It's just more. He does basically whatever I want. He's really great. So I want to focus more on spending time with him in his terms. And we'll see how that goes. The number 7. And of course, anything that you guys have to contribute for this level 10 life review, please, I would love to hear it. I'm just speaking from my own personal experience to give an example. That's good. That's a lot of water, Mama. I would anticipate it. Yes, Cancer Sun. Yes, I knew that. Pisces Moon. Yes, okay. And Rising. Pisces Moon and Rising. I'm a Pisces Rising too, Mama. So yes, that's all good. Did you go to Cafe Astrology and pull up your birth chart? Of course, Kat. We love you. Oh, that's wonderful, Summer. And it used to be when I started dating my husband that I was a better shot than him because I had been a cop in the Air Force. And so I had extensive knowledge of weapons and I carried one every day. But then he got really into guns, went to firearms. And he's devoted a lot of time into learning, practicing, building. And he's amazing. He is amazing. He's a good shot. He's really competent. He can build beautiful, wonderful firearms. He's amazing. That's one of the things that I love about him is that everything he puts his mind to, he makes gold out of nothing. I seriously admire him. And I used to at least keep up, but with my injury and with my not practicing at all, I'm definitely behind. And that's a big contention for my pride, for that to be so reversed. Am I ever going to be as proficient as him? Probably never again. He's stronger and he's stronger than I am, and he's more devoted and interested into it. But I can keep up for sure. I can keep up. I got to work on a couple things: fitness, practice, and putting my rounds in. As far as building the house, I ain't doing it, but I'll pay for it. He built the house. I now work for it. Oh. Oh, that's wonderful, Kat. It's wonderful dating your best friend. Oh, Ray, I love you. You pulled it up for her on Cafe Astrology. That's wonderful. Oh, I promise that's my chair, not me farting. Oh, Summer. Oh my God. Oh no, it's Hannah. My boyfriend taught me how to shoot a gun and I almost shot him in the foot. Okay, Hannah. We taught our 5-year-old he's 6 now. He's learning his rules, his 4 firearm gun safety rules, and my husband makes him recite them at basically every day. And one of the rules is do not put your finger in the trigger until you are ready to shoot something. And another thing is do not point your weapon at anything you don't want to destroy. And another thing is every gun is always loaded. And the other thing is always know what's behind your target. And so my son has to repeat all of those things for my husband. And of course, I grew up with gun safety. My mom always really drove home to us the danger and the respect for firearms. We had them in the house, but we knew these are not a toy. These are not fun. Do not play with them. We had a healthy respect for them. And that's how we raised my son. I know. Dulcie, I'm an Aquarius moon. Oh, you guys. Oh, Dulcie, no wonder you and mom get along so well. And I can see the Aquarius rising. You definitely have that air sign quality to you. Water and air. That's cool. I like that. That's awesome. Oh, Hannah. Oh my goodness. Well, I would say still go back, but just be careful and be mindful. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, thankfully you didn't have a really severe accident. Oh, exactly. Gun safety in kids is really, really important. I'm sorry, Summer. That's awful. I grew up with guns too, started shooting as a youngin. We will start my stepdaughter a little older. She's tiny. So my son has obviously accompanied us for bullets, and my husband has let him shoot, which I don't approve of because he can have his first firearm when he is 9 and he can participate in 4-H, but also when he starts to be able to form the part of his brain that is capable of understanding abstract thought, where you can understand the full severity of shooting something that you don't intend to shoot, of killing something. I don't think that you can understand that until you start to get abstract thought and concrete and advanced thinking, and children don't get that until 8 or 9. So I don't want him to do that. He has practice with my husband, and that's okay. And he knows not to touch them at home, and we keep them in a safe, and we're very, very diligent. It's not a toy. So, but still, your worst fear is not that my son knows what to do. But what if some kid around him or his friend doesn't and hurts my son? It's awful. You be very careful. That's so sad. Oh my God, Freedom Girl, that's awful. Yes, exactly. And that's the thing. Like every year you hear these stories of like so and so, like in Oregon, we had this group of dudes go camping, and one of the dudes heard something in the middle of the night, so he jumps out of his tent and lights up the area and kills his friend. It's like, what the actual were you thinking? If you cannot see what you are shooting at, you shouldn't be shooting. What the hell? Stop it. And every time you get people who are just doing ridiculous shit with their guns, and it's just like, you make the rest of us look like morons. Stop it. You stop it. So there's good and bad in every situation, but certainly safety, education, practice, appropriate, tools for safety, like you're safe, like not keeping your firearms loaded in the house, if they're not in use, whatever, whatever, whatever. All of those are very, very important. Exactly, Lacey. You should be able to safely handle a weapon regardless of if you own it or not. Or you should at least know the 4 rules. Every gun is loaded. Keep your hand off that trigger unless you want to shoot that weapon. Don't point the weapon at anything you don't want to destroy, and know what's behind your target. Period. Everybody needs to know that. That's what we would used to call back in the day common sense. Yes. Oh, wow. Cat. Yeah, cat, unfortunately, we get a lot of critters, and more than once my husband has grabbed the rifle and jumped out of the window, jumped out of the window barefooted in his underpants to save the chickens. Oh, those chickens owe him their life. And it's he has, saved them from quite a few things. Primarily, well, he wasn't able to save the chicks, but he did catch the culprit. And he did catch the raccoon before it killed the hen, because the raccoons are jerks, by the way, and they play with so the raccoon was just plucking its feathers before killing it, and my husband nipped it in the butt. And then, of course, foxes and coyotes, which is painful but unfortunate because they will never stop. They will keep coming back, and they'll keep coming back, and they'll get braver and braver and braver, and it's a bad situation. Oh, yeah. And thankfully, we don't get bears because this in my specific area, but not a couple blocks closer to the mountain, we get more. Okay, so that was romance. So fun and recreation. Now, after 2020, you may be thinking, this wasn't the best year for fun and recreation. I got to make 2021 better. Yeah, raccoons are awful. I had a raccoon break into my duck house and rip all my ducks apart, not eat any of it, just rip them apart and kill them. Didn't eat anything, just jerk, just awful. That raccoon, God bless him, he's evil. And so I have like no tolerance for raccoons, no tolerance policy. They are bad guys. They will hurt. Now, possums can hurt. So the rule in my house is unless you catch it red-handed, you have to let it go. And then the other rule for my husband is if you shoot and you miss, you have to let it go. And so that's how Bocephus lived, the possum. He got really big, but I think he died either in the fire or with the coyotes because I haven't seen him in quite some time. That was a possum's name. But fun and recreation, with one being like, you are miserable, you are burnt out, you cannot keep going. And 10 being like, every day is a party and just like so fun. You love you have so much fun, you really need some quiet time. So kind of gauge where you are with that. For me, I don't feel like I've laughed very much this year. I probably have, but just like, I love that laugh that just makes you like, you're laughing so hard that no sound is coming out. You just can't breathe and your stomach hurts and you're like, oh. I love that laugh. I want to do that more. Yeah, raccoons can be bad. I want to laugh more. I want to really laugh. Yeah. And that's good too. I like recreation. We did not camp as much as we wanted to, which really sucks because that's one of our favorite things to do is to camp. We didn't get to travel, which is also sucks because it's one of my favorite things to do and it really nourishes me. And that's probably one of the main drivers behind my burnout is because I don't mind working hard, long hours when I have a light at the end of the tunnel. So my trip, my vacation, my wonderful escape from work. I don't have that anymore. And so I think that's kind of contributing. All of these things are interrelated. Yes. I used to watch the Three Stooges so much when I was little. So laughter, recreation, doing things that I want to enjoy, spending more time reading, spending more time creating art, spending time doing like things that are just fun to me. I want to spend more time having fun and doing things that I like as opposed to doing things that I must do and staying busy. I want to go to Korea too. Yes, but I don't think we're going to be able to go on our trip. So we're going to have to reschedule it. I want to take you to Puerto Rico, Dulcie, and I want to go to Korea, Japan, Thailand, Singapore, South America, Africa, maybe Europe at some point, Australia, all of that. We definitely have to go. Ooh, yes, Lacey, that sounds wonderful. Exactly. Yes, I love Korea, Liberia. Dulcie, I was going to text you. Have you seen Sweet Home? It's amazing. Sweet Home is a Korean, a K-drama, K-horror drama comedy. It's got it all. On Netflix. It is so good, guys. I love Sweet Home. It is like so I stayed up till 1 a.m. yesterday watching all the episodes. We cried. It was amazing. I was yelling at the TV. It was so good. Watch it. It's on the Netflix. You'll have to vlog your adventures. I hate flying. It's flying. If you can get somebody to prescribe you something so you'll chill out. That's what my mama said, Lacey. And I got her to go to China and she was just fine. She did not have any freakouts. She did it. she did it and it was great. And she stood on the Great Wall. She climbed the Great Wall. She's amazing. We had a wonderful time. I want to do that with you, Dulcie, too. If that deal comes back up, I want to take you guys to China again. It was wonderful. Egypt, I heard, is overrated, but I still want to do it anyway. I want to see those pyramids and with my eyeballs. I want to see them. And I want to shop and I want to try foods. And I want to meet people. That's what I like to do when I travel. All of those things. So think about fun and recreation. Definitely make a goal there. Just because nourishing yourself should be a high priority in 2021. Giving and charity is a different thing. I don't know how you feel about it. 1 is like you're Ebenezer Scrooge. And 10 is like you are Mother Teresa or somebody else who gave up everything they have. Oh, that's wonderful, Kat. I don't know if I want to climb on it. I think I might just want to look at it. Easy. So normally my husband and I do quite a bit of volunteer work, but of course with a pandemic, most of the things that we do in a normal year went away. So every year my husband and I volunteer at a fundraiser gala for people, children and people living with intellectual and developmental disabilities. A lot of work, but it's very amazing. One of our favorite events of the year. And we work so hard. And it's such a wonderful event that raises so much money for people living with disabilities in our county. And of course, they had to cancel that because it's in March, and that's when the pandemic happened. And usually I also spend 4 to 5 weeks over the course of the summer being the camp nurse at camps for children. So like for Native American youth, for Latino youth, for young artists, and for young kids. Like it's for high achieving kids. Little ones though, not the older ones are different camps. And so I'm the camp nurse for those all summer. And so that's a way that I connect and give back. And I wasn't able to do that because they canceled all the camps. I do migrant camps so at my work. So we go into migrant encampments and we do healthcare for them. And I was only able to do a little bit of that because of the virus. We usually have a homeless person resource thing. There's usually lots and lots of things that we do. And it was just all of our normal activities for charity were gone. That's wonderful, Summer. That's wonderful. Oh yeah, Liberius. That's a wonderful place to go visit. So I think I want to see if I can get back some of the things that I had been doing before I engage with more giving, because and another thing too is like all the things that we have excess in the house, most of it's going to go to churches and St. Vincent's de Paul and things like that too. You were made in Korea? I love Korea, and you wouldn't be the first spirited dragonfly. So I want to donate a lot of that. So we'll see how that goes. That's something it's not high on my priority list, unfortunately, because I really want to spend time working on myself, but it is on my priority list. Number 9, your physical environment. So this could be about your house. It could be about your garden. This could be about, your workstation. Oh, that's wonderful, Kat. Wow. Freedom Girl, if you like South Korean movies, I think you might like Sweet Home. It was great. It was not a movie, it was a series, but it was great. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, I see, Liberius. And please, guys, any commentary you have, I totally love it. I'm just going through for myself, just thinking. For my physical environment, I already told you guys I really, really want to work on my garden. And obviously, since large swaths of my property burnt to the ground this year, we've got to replant this whole hillside with trees. We've got to see which trees are not going to make it and get rid of them. We need to replant, native plants. We need to rebuild all of the sheds that burned down. We need to still clear out all the fire debris because there's still a ton. Obviously replace the roof that caught fire. There's a lot to do. Of course, cleaning up the house and doing a good cleansing. I want to have lots of garden and plant products. Oh, Lacey, that sounds wonderful. I love growing herbs. Oh, spirited dragonfly. That's amazing. I love being stationed in Korea, but that's not an uncommon story. That happens a lot. So just gauge your physical environment. Like 1, I'm living in a hoarder house, help me God. And 10, I live in a wonderful house that's super clean and everything's just the way that I like it and nothing could possibly be better. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, wow, Liberius. That sounds great, guys. Spirited dragon, that's cool. That's wonderful, Summer. Sometimes when you have a lot of property, it's hard. I think that I'm going to do my main garden in the front yard this year just because it's way easier for us to manage if it's closer. And plus, I like the way that garden looks. I think it's beautiful. And if my son is limited where he can drive his ATV, then that's just what it is. He's just going to have to drive around the pass. That's wonderful. So I'm going to talk it over with my husband before I grade myself. So physical environment. I'm definitely feeling that we have too much clutter. And I definitely want to get our land back green and beautiful, and maybe plant some flowers for native species, and really try to replant the trees on the hillside, restore that. So there's a lot of work to be done there, and that has a lot to do with the fires. And then last but not least, number 10. So for just a quick recap, family and friends was 1, personal development was 2, spirituality was 3, finances was 4, career was 5, romance was 6, 7 was fun and recreation, 8 was giving and charity, 9 was your physical environment, and 10 is health and fitness. Oh yeah, Lacey, I had six dogs living here and a cat, but Bobo passed away and he's not the hairiest one. I've got a itchy right here. But yes, the dog hair is everywhere, but I kind of don't care. Health and fitness, I definitely, okay, so 1 is just like you're in very poor health. You need to make changes or you're going to die. Or you may be very, very sick and suffering the consequences, or perhaps you've had a complication from an illness that you need to work to control. And 10 is just like you just ran a marathon, you're at exactly the perfect weight, everything is super healthy, you feel great about yourself, and just like you are basically just the epitome of health. And grade yourself there. I definitely feel like I've made strides this year, but I want to get strong. I want to get flexible. I want to feel good in my own skin. And eating more food that I grow and from my own valley, from my farmer's market, eating nourishing foods, drinking more water, drinking more tea, taking my vitamins consistently, really keeping up with my dental cleanings and my glasses prescriptions, making sure that they're up to date. Because I always wait too long. Just regular stuff. I'm going to even consider part of my health to get massages and maybe some acupuncture, maybe a chiropractor, maybe some Reiki healing. I don't know. I want to do all the things. Me too, Kat. Me too. And I don't think that you have to think in terms of any kind of culturally acceptable idea of fitness. That is not what we're talking about. I'm talking about how would you feel like you are comfortable in your body, like your body can do all the things that you want it to do, like you feel healthy and well. That's the real thing. Do you feel well and good and just at where you are? I know. Let's work out, Dulcie. Um, Work out. So that's the thing. I was on a roll with the gym. I literally went to the gym for 3 months straight until the gyms all closed because of the pandemic. And then when the gyms opened up again, I started going to the gym. And guess what? They got closed from the pandemic. It's really hard for me to work out in my house. I just can't. But if I get my butt in that car and drive to the gym, I will work out. All I have to do, and like it's for me, it's so surmountable. If I can get in the car, I will go to the gym and work out. But if the gym is in my house for whatever reason, I just can't, I just don't do it. Oh, yes, Lacey, I want to hike. That's one of the things that was on my list, on my bucket list for this year. Liberius, thank you. Mental health, be good to yourself. Stop talking to yourself. Be positive. Think good thoughts. Put strong boundaries. Get your adequate rest, a minimum of 7 hours of rest. Get your rest. You know, make sure you're resting your eyes from blue screens. Make sure that you are doing things that nourish you, music, journaling, talking to friends. All of those things are really important. Awesome. Awesome ideas, guys. I just love hearing about this. For me, I definitely want to I know that lowering your carb intake helps to help you ovulate, especially if you have lazy ovaries like me. So I definitely want to work on that so that my husband can knock me out, because Lord knows he tries and it just doesn't work out. It's probably my fault. I filled 4 of these, Chelsea. I filled 4 bullet journals this year, which is why I bought all those planners, because like filling a bullet journal and drawing every page out is nice, but also a lot of work. So my goal for next year is to have 1 bullet journal that I keep all year and then have planners for different topics. So that's my goal. But that's a different thing altogether. So then basically level 10 life. So the way that it ends up looking for me, just because I am just like the clean aesthetic, is like, here's my categories, here's my things. This is last year's. And then here I make goals. I try not to overdo it on goals. I know it's too much. I need to slow down. So you have a list, do an honest inventory of where you are, and make some goals. And I have some suggestions for goal setting. So I would suggest that you have some short-term goals, some medium-term goals, and some long-term goals. So first and foremost, if you've been following the Wolf Moon Challenge, or you can start at any time, dream big dreams. Think about where you're going in life, where you want to be, who you want to be, how you want your life to look, blah, 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 blah. You've heard me talk about it ad nauseum. And so try really hard to make some goals, maybe a 3-year goal, a 5-year goal, for where you're, like, what does your life look like in 10 years? What does your life look like in 5 years? What does your life look like in 3 years? Oh, Dulcerain, don't you lob facts at me as if they're insults, because that's the same thing that I do. So then your midterm goals should be goals that help you achieve your long-term goals. And typically I like for them to be 6 months to 1 year. So 6 months or 1 year typically. So for 2021, you would have your midterm goals. I want to accomplish blah, 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 blah in 2021. And that would be your level 10 life goals, or whatever it is. And then each lunation, each new moon, I set a 6-month goal in a topic appropriate to that zodiac cycle. So it starts with the new moon in, let's see, the next one is Capricorn, and then 6 months thereafter, my goal should come to fruition at the full moon in Capricorn. And so that's how I'm setting my midterm goals, year-long goals for 2021, and then a goal each zodiac sign cycle, so 6 months. And then short-term goals could be goals for season, like 3-month goal, so spring. At the end of spring, I am going to be able to walk a 5K. At the end of spring, I try. It's one of my. It helps that I really like it to make lists. That's probably one of the main reasons why it happens, is because I really enjoy list making. So you might set a goal for the lunar cycle. So you might have. So when I talk about the next challenge, which I believe is the Sage Moon Challenge, after the Wolf Moon Challenge, you might say, for the Sage Moon Challenge, I have a goal of trying a new spell. Or I will get a massage. I will look at Groupon. I will barter with a friend. I will whatever, and I will get a massage. So you might have a lunation goal. Happy New Year. Oh, it is New Year for some of you guys. Happy New Year's, guys. You might have a month goal. So like at this month, I will do this. So you could do it through zodiac season. So in Capricorn season, I am going to be, I'm going to apply for this job that I want. Or you could do calendar month. In the month of January, I'm going to do a 30-day challenge, 31-day challenge, whatever. Those could be your short-term goals. Oh, that sounds wonderful, Lacey. Which one did you buy? As far as goal writing, I want to gently remind you guys that it's important to write SMART goals. And that doesn't mean that you have to write it exactly in that structure, but you have to be specific, because if you write a goal that says, I want to be more responsible, what the fuck does that even mean? You'll never accomplish that goal because it has no meaning. So you might say specifically, I want to water my plants once a week for the whole month. I want to regularly water my plants, damn it, and keep them alive. I love that Spiritual Moon one, Lacey. That's my favorite. So that would be specific. I'm going to water my plants every Monday after work, blah, blah, blah. Measurable. So it has to be something that you can actually gauge. Again, if you're going to be more responsible, that means nothing. If you're going to lose weight, that's not measurable. What is that? How much weight? You might say, this spring, I am going to lose 1 dress size. I'm going to be 1 pant size less. That would be specific, and that would be measurable. So actionable, something that you can actually take an action on, something that you can act on, something that's not like, I am going to Mars. There's not, I mean, if you're my age, that's gone, because I don't even think that you're young, and I'm not young enough to get into the NASA program, even if I wasn't in shape or I had an appropriate degree. So realistic. So you can't say like, I'm going to drop 70 pounds this month. I guess if you got liposuction, but probably not. So try to be realistic. A more realistic goal would be 1%, half to 1% of your body weight per week. And then timely. You have to set yourself a time limit. That's why we talked about the time structures. So a goal for me might be that I want to lose 1 dress size by the end of winter 2021. And that would be something that I specifically could do. A better goal would be that I am going to do strength training 2 times a week for the month of January. So just kind of make sure that you have something specific, something that actually has some kind of measurable, that you can have some kind of metric to say this has been accomplished, and something that you can realistically and actionably do with a time limit. That's what my suggestion would be. My last suggestion around goal setting. I'm tired and I have a headache. I've been talking for 3 hours and 15 minutes, and then I woke up this morning and I've been nursing all day. Me neither, Lacey. I haven't had good luck with pregnancy. But this is going to be the year. I'm going to get a bun in this oven, and I'm going to bake that bun, and I'm going to deliver that bun, and it's going to be the best, most beautiful baby after Canyon, or same as Canyon, in the world. Oh, Dulcie, why you got to call me out like that? Okay, I haven't written anybody back. I have been a terrible pen pal. I'm sorry. I have all your letters in a stack that I keep looking at with guilt and shame. I'm terrible. I feel it too, Lacey. Definitely. Let's think those happy baby thoughts. I just can't seem to get pregnant. Once I get pregnant, come hell or high water, I'm making that bun. I'm baking that bun. But I can't seem to get the dough to rise. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I got to reduce my carbs, I think. Helps you ovulate to reduce your carbs. And exercising helps reduce your blood sugars. And of course, losing weight reduces the retained estrogen in your fat cells. And the drop in the estrogen also stimulates ovulation. So it's all tied together. And then again, my husband just gets to show up. I mean, men have all the luck. I guess he has to listen to me complain and be sick and miserable. I was so sick with my son. I was throwing up. I'd be like, my bucket. He'd run and give me my bucket so I could throw up, and then he'd take it away. I hate throw up. It was pretty. And then I couldn't drive. I was so sick. I couldn't even stand in the shower by myself. I had to wait for him to get home so that he could help me shower because I couldn't do it alone. That's true. It's true. There's so many things that are going into it. I think 2021 is going to be a good year. I'm knocking on wood. And I'm so grateful that you guys joined me today. And I hope that, I know that you're going to be blessed, that you're going to have progress in your goals. You're going to manifest amazing realities and step closer and closer and closer to the life you imagine. I know it. We all will. I'm putting that energy out into the universe. It will happen. So mote it be. And that we really value and appreciate all the things that we get. That's what I hope for us. Me too. I love baths. Oh, thank you, Afra. You're so funny. It's really, really funny how, not funny. I don't always think that it's funny, but some women can get pregnant if their husband looks at them the wrong way. And I'm like, I can't beat my husband off with a stick, and I'm just like, what the hell? I just wanted 1 or 2 or 5 more babies. I guess I'm gonna get Geritol. It's better than other things. Sometimes I'm just like, what is it about meth that helps people get pregnant? There's so many pregnant women on meth. What the hell? And then you're just like, I don't know what it is, but it's something. Something's going on there. I'm gonna open the door. I'll be right back. Oh, me too. Aw, thanks, Kat. I mean, I hope it was a little bit spiritual. It wasn't very spiritual. It's mostly, I guess, manifesting your reality is pretty spiritual. Give me 1 second. Dad. Oh, what are you guys doing?
We're just watching your live.
Oh, you're watching my live?
Yeah.
I'm talking to you. Hi. I went to go see how they were, and they're watching me instead of just sitting with me in here. my son is playing some kind of video game, and I bet it's something I don't want him. Bye, Opera. Thank you. What are you playing? He's playing the game that I don't want him to play. So, apparently, my 6-year-old is bringing in the new year playing Far Cry because we're parents of the year and we're responsible enough to have another one. we don't make bad choices at all. I mean, for his own thing, he can't read, so he doesn't do any of the mean stuff. He just drives around and I guess fights bears. I don't know. There's all sorts of animals trying to kill you in that game.
Why did you open the door?
Well, because I miss you guys. I don't want to just bring in the new year with my friends. I wanted you to. Oh. Does your 5-year-old love Roblox? Because if my son is not doing this, he's on the Roblox. Oh my God. Hi, Doo-Doo-Doo. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Can you come up? Want to say hi? Come here. There we go. Say hi, Duke. Doo-Doo-Doo. Isn't he cute? This is Bobo's son. Corona. Get out of here. He's so cute. I hope you guys are getting to enjoy. Oh, I hope you guys are getting to enjoy. Yeah, Duke. Duke. Oh, you want your ears rubbed. He likes his ears rubbed. I think he's got something going on, though, because the other day I was petting him a little vigorously and he yelped. And he's making a really grunty noise right now and really leaning into my finger. So he must have something going on with his ears. He almost, oh my God. When he was younger, we had this 6-month period where his ears were just like full of gnar. And I mean, even to the point where it was bleeding, and we kept trying all these treatments and nothing was working. And finally, we took him to the vet, and they're like, well, let's sedate him and investigate his ear. And they found a foxtail deep in his eardrum, and he finally got better. But oh my God, it was so terrible, this poor dog. Like, you couldn't touch his head because he would yelp.
Okay. I guess I gotta go hang out with Mama.
Doggy, doggy. Duke, I love you. Dulcie loves you. Come here, give Mama a hug.
Give Mama a hug.
Say hi to Aunt Dulcie. She's the Cookie Meister.
Hi, Aunt Dulcie.
And Mama's watching too. My mama.
Oh.
Why are you so cute?
Wait, I want to get closely. Where's the, is there things that are people? I don't know.
Well, these are people's, like, there's their pictures, and then those are my friends talking to me. So this is.
Can you see your friends' faces?
I can see their picture. I can't really see their faces. This is not a Zoom, like not like your school. So Cat Hughes says my grandson tells me about the Roblox. You like Roblox, huh?
Yeah, I like Roblox.
The time
Roblox my favorite game.
Oh, that's wonderful, Rachel. My dog is watching your pup. Oh, Luke is a lover. Oh, Candy Cane. Dulcie says, Candy Cane, I miss you.
Oh, that's nice.
Do you miss Aunt Dulcie?
Yeah, I do.
We should see her, huh?
Yeah.
We should go on a trip together, huh?
I want to drive there. I want to fly there.
Oh.
Because I will take for years to get there.
It doesn't take years. It takes 12 hours.
But it will take a while. Yes, then we'll get there. I was like,
Do you know what really makes it take a while?
What?
When daddy and mommy have to drive for hours at a time and somebody in the back of the car is like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? I'm tired. I'm hungry. I have to go pee-pee. My gamey's dying. Why is there no internet in the car?
Oh my
Who
god.
says that? Who says that in the car?
Me.
I know. You're not
You know that really think us really young there, and I'll freaking get tired all the time taking breaks, walking there.
Yeah, we take breaks. That does take a long time. Do you like looking at yourself?
No.
No? Are you going to have a YouTube and lots of subscribers?
No, I only have one subscriber.
Oh, yeah? Do you want more
I
subscribers?
only have two YouTube videos. Only just two of them.
What's your favorite thing on YouTube?
Fisky Frog.
What's that?
It's like game that yank a yacht. They was yanked a yacht of videos that they yanked to a spawn Siren Head.
Oh, Siren Head. That's
Yeah,
his
yeah,
favorite
there's
thing
a
right
yacht of monsters that they respawn. There's different videos and they respawn different monsters.
Yeah, that's his favorite thing on Roblox is Siren Head. And like Cartoon Cat, right? And
Yeah,
then
Cartoon Cat.
Highway Snake or
Whoa! Bingus is kind of like Cartoon Cat. Bingus is like a cat, like he's really scary. His eyes are literally just black. And it has white fur and stuff.
Okay. I love you. Do you want to go play?
Yeah, I'm gonna go play with
Okay, bye. He doesn't actually have a YouTube channel, so he doesn't have subscribers. He means that he is subscribed to somebody.
Oh, when I went back, I saw Daddy's phone and you were watching the yacht. I was just hearing the stuff that I said.
There's a little bit of lag, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I love you. Go play.
Like, I can hear it.
So he's probably, he seems pretty chipper, so I'm thinking he's going to make it to midnight. Whereas, well, you know what? How late did you and Canyon sleep today? Because mommy went to bed at 1 and mommy got up at 7. And that was pretty late. And I still had to shower and wash my hair and comb it and blah, blah, blah. So what time did you guys get up?
Maybe 10 o'clock.
Must be nice.
Yes.
Hmm.
Also, I dealt with a huge, giant truck full of garbage.
A truck full of garbage?
Yeah.
Oh, you went to the dump. Oh, I see. Did you guys go to the dump today?
Yeah.
Did you help Daddy?
No. Not at all.
Are you sure?
I didn't help him get the stuff on the back of the truck and well, I can't.
You don't have to.
I can't get the trash at the dump. Yeah, I'm not old enough for that.
Oh, okay.
He's not allowed out of the truck.
Oh, he's not allowed out of the truck. But you're his wingman, right?
Yeah. I stay in the truck all the time there. I stay in the truck like all the time when they're there.
As a dump.
Yeah, I just know. It's so annoying when they're just stuck.
So
It's really annoying.
thank you. That's my boy. I love you. I thought you were gonna go play.
I just want to be alone.
Oh yes, I will take all the hugs.
Whoa, the TV might turn off.
So Daddy's working on some kind of magazine project. Are those new magazines?
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about, ladies. If you want to do your level 10 life and your partner's like, no, thank you. It's like, I heard they have magazines and bullets at Weimar. Maybe we should go check it out. But first,
You might
let's
have
do
a
this
car
level
park kind
10
of
life.
guy.
Oh, he says you might have a car park kind of guy.
All sorts of.
Oh, yeah, Lacey, that's rough. I used to work Knox when I was in the military. And then that first day off, you kind of just, I was young then, so I would sleep only till noon, and then I would stay up for my work cycle. So he's building stuff. He's also made the room look a little bit better, which is great because it needed help. Look how pretty. So nice. All of cock pictures. Why did you put the roosters up,
You
babe?
know how I like the cock.
Oh, he loves the cock.
You love the cock.
Oh, I love it apparently. I oh, okay. I do love
You are
roosters.
on the Southern Oregon chicken lover.
Okay, so he makes fun of me so hardcore because there's I'm part of a Facebook group called Southern Oregon Chicken Lovers, and he just thinks of it the worst way, and it's not like that. We just love poultry.
Can't help but think of
Yeah. He just thinks of South Park, and I'm not a chicken lover in that way. Although I really, really love chickens, and I'm in trouble because McMurray Hatchery, you shady mofos, sent me their catalog. Like, look at all these cute baby chicks and baby ducks and baby geese and baby turkeys, and we'll ship them to you in a cute little box that goes beep beep beep. And they'll be really, really cute and tiny for a couple weeks, and then they'll be big and gangly and still in the house for another 6 weeks, which is like the hard part, especially baby ducks. Oh my god, they are so gross, but they are so cute, but awful. Because baby ducks, so ducks need water to eat because their little nostrils get all plugged up, and so they'll eat and a lot because they're little heifers, and then they take their water and they scoop it in their mouth and they spit it on themselves, going, which completely filthies their whole area. It's a shit show, but they're so cute. And then we would give them baths in the bathtub, so we'd fill our bathtub with lukewarm water and they would just swim. It's so cute. But eventually my husband gets to the point where it's just like, I am done. Everybody's going outside. I don't care if it's 40 degrees outside. I'll put a heat lamp. Everybody get the fuck out. And that's usually where we are in the spring. But this year, I think I'm going to try eggs again. I tried eggs this time, but what I did was I was too cheap and I didn't buy the egg rotator because I was like, it's no big deal to rotate eggs. Yes, it is. Rotating eggs sucks. And if you forget, guess what? They rot. And then you have to try and get this ticking Tom bomb of rotten egg out of the house. And that was Jesse's job. He did it, but it was bad. So I'm going to invest in one of those egg turners all there. Oh, God. What are you barking at? Hush now. I think he's barking at a cat. That's Duke. He's barking. So, look, Mom. So cute. So work that I'm probably going to work on tomorrow is I want to do a time writing exercise to kind of reflect on some stuff. I want to sit down and do level 10 life with Jesse. I'm going to I hope I'm going to film some content for the channel. I keep pushing it off. I'm so tired. I'm maybe going to cook something. What should I do, Dad? Oh, I have a list. So a timed writing exercise. I have that beautiful box that I got from Bumblebee Botanica. And so I'm going to empty that all out. And I'm going to set that up somewhere here as a manifestation box. Or maybe on the ofrenda. I don't know. I'm going to journal. I'm going to do some card pulls and spreads. And I'm going to have a ritual bath, even though it's past the full moon. It's always a good time to release, have a spiritual bath. I know I should sleep, Lacey. I'm going to sleep soon. I'm going to do my week 3 update, which is really late. I'm sorry. I'm working on it, and send out a newsletter. And I'm going to go through all of my planners because tomorrow is January 1st. It's a new year. Goodbye, 2020. You suck. I hate your gut. Don't come back. Jesse, are you going to cut yourself over there?
No.
What are you doing?
Taking us from 30 rounds to 20.
Why?
Because I like the size better.
So, he's working on a project about magazines. And on the one hand, his creativity, his ingenuity, his engineering skills, and his drive to make these things happen and manifest them into reality are some of the absolute best parts of him that I love. On the other hand, all that wonderful energy is being used on magazines. But I guess you could say the same for me. God, what do we put our energy on? Thoughts, you gotta look on your face. Do you think I direct my energy in appropriate avenues?
Yeah.
You couldn't buy 20 round magazines?
Not for the 9mm.
I'm gonna go soon, but I'm gonna leave you guys with a story. So let me tell you, one time, I think it was when my mother was here. Mama, when was the last time you were here? Over New Year's. It was after Kanye was born. And maybe it was the year he turned 1. I don't know. But remember that time that my mom and my sisters were here and I invited people over for New Year's Eve, and then at like 10:30 or 11 o'clock, I'm like, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. And my party guests were like, okay. I was so embarrassed. I mean, in retrospect, at the time, I was just like, I can't even talk to anybody. I'm so tired. I'm just going to bed. And I get overwhelmed in social situations too. But that was like the last time I ever had anybody in my atmosphere on New Year's, because I was just like, I am not a good host, because once I'm done, I'm like, peace out. You can hang out or you can leave. I don't care what you do, but I'm going to bed. And do you remember that year? What year was that, Dad?
Long time ago.
It was a long time ago when we were younger and we had the audacity to even think that we would have a New Year's Eve party. I don't even know what I was thinking. I sometimes I make bad choices. But I do hope to have a party again someday because I like hosting in small batches. And we had hoped to renew our vows this last year. But obviously the COVID. So, I mean, I don't even know if that's on the cards for next year. Do you think we'll be able to?
Well, we should have a party.
I would love to have a party. Happy New Year, Rachel. Thank you for coming. We should have a party just to celebrate the not COVID anymore when that's done. But probably in the yard, outside. It's easier to have parties outside because then, you don't have to clean as much. It's a true story, Mom. I know. So, I want to share with you, since my mom and sisters. Okay, Rachel, I will get some Geritol. I've got to check it out. So I made a bucket list for 2021, and since it's officially almost 2021, I will share with you. So, because my mom and my sister are here too. So, bucket list 2021. Get pregnant and have a healthy baby. Put my feet in the ocean, preferably the Pacific Ocean, which is the best ocean, just saying. See a meteor shower, which I typically do for the Perseids on my birthday. I'm looking forward to it. I would love to camp, and we usually lay on this bridge over the river, and like you can see the whole Milky Way and all of these stars. We didn't see very many stars this year, but the one star that really sticks out was magnificent. It was so bright and so big, and it literally just went across the whole sky. Do you remember that, Dad? It was so cool. I'm telling them my bucket list. So get pregnant and have a healthy baby. Put my feet in the ocean. See a meteor shower. Visit New Orleans. Eat yummy food and visit witch shops. Yes, that's going to happen. Mama, you should come. And Dulcie if you want to, but Mama, for sure. Come be my wingman. You can share all the food with me. And also help me not buy too many things. Or at least help me hide them from Jesse. I don't need to hide them from Jesse. Do you mind if I buy suitcases full of stuff in New Orleans?
No, I will just return the favor.
I have seen the Northern Lights. I saw the Northern Lights when we went to Alaska. Was it last year or the year before? It was the year before last. It was 2018. They were magnificent. They were so beautiful. I love it. When we go to Alaska in 2022, you should come with us and see them. And this is my bucket list only for 2021. So I'm probably not going to see the Northern Lights in 2021 just because I'm not going that far north. Give something up for Lent and follow through. Seriously, I really want to commit to giving something up for Lent and following through the whole time. It's not even about Catholicism. It's about literally being able to commit to something. Like, I want to do that. I want to do that. Oh, Kat, is it Minnesota? She said the Northern Lights are really common there, or fairly common there. That's wonderful, Lacey. I saw them in Skagway, Alaska. So I want to meet my cousin and her family. So we kind of like had like a family thing where we met a cousin that I hadn't seen since we were little tiny kids. And I talk to her really regularly. Every Sunday we have a date on Zoom and we talk and we hang out. But I want to see her in the flesh. I want to plan a trip to Puerto Rico for my family. So my mom,
Daddy, where are you?
Here,
do you want to go to Puerto Rico, baby?
No.
Oh, okay. He wants to stay home with Mama while we go.
No.
Oh, okay.
I swear to God, I'm gonna burn this house down if you do that.
Oh, okay.
Really? Wow.
We're not going to leave you in the house to burn it down. You can burn Mama's house down.
No,
Papa
they're
would be
gonna
like-
freaking kill me.
Oh, I don't know. Papa would be happy.
Why?
Like, damn.
I know, because he won't have to mow the 5 acres anymore. Anyway. Oh, that's cool.
Daddy, come here, Daddy.
Please?
Please. I killed my
You
friend.
don't have to yell,
Why
Bubba.
are you screaming?
I
Don't
killed
yell.
my
Talk in
friend
a normal
because I
voice.
think my friend was gonna get on the back, but I
So
went
I want to
backwards
plan a trip to
and
Puerto
I
Rico with my husband, my son, and my mom and my
killed
sisters.
friend.
And
We didn't get him
it doesn't
back.
have to happen this year because it's kind of hard with COVID, obviously. And I don't want to go in the summer because that's disgustingly hot. So we'll see how that goes. But I want to eat all the foods, all the Puerto Rican foods, all of them. I want to eat till I'm sick. And I want to drink delicious fruity frou-frou drinks. And I want to see the ocean and I want to see the Bio Bay. That's all part of the same segment. I want to have a magnificent sunflower wall. So every year I plant sunflowers all along my fence. And I want to really do a good job this year with like staging and hiding and Liberius. You're funny. I got an itchy side. So I want to really have a beautiful sunflower wall. That goes back to my gardening goal. I want to do a beautiful photo shoot, either a boudoir photo shoot or like a professional witchy photo shoot. I'm probably leaning towards professional witchy photo shoot because then I can share it with you guys and put it on my media and everything. And that would be really, really nice because as of right now, I'm not in the business of sharing boudoir photos online. And I think my husband would shit a brick. Yes, Bio Bay and Bacalaito. Although I can make you a bacalaito now, it won't be as good as one in Puerto Rico. But I want to hear the cookies. Cookies. It's wonderful. I want to visit a Korean spa, not in Korea, but like either in California or probably somewhere in California. And I want them. Oh, that's true. I should do both. I want to do the treatment of the Korea spa where they take the mitts and the salt and they scrub you until you're red like a lobster. Just scrub the hell out of you. I want to do that. So the next one sounds a little creepy. I want to get DNA from more relatives because I'm into the family ancestry thing. And so I'm hoping that some of my male relatives will give me some of their saliva. I want to grow more of my own food and eat it this year. So last year we very successfully grew a lot of herbs and strawberries. So hopefully this year, and tomatoes, but hopefully this year we can grow more of it. Oh, and onions. We did grow onions that we ate, but more of it. I want to do the splits. I want to learn and be competent at an advanced yoga pose. And by advanced, it could be camel, it could be king pigeon, it could be, in my mind, I think of what is it, king dancer? Probably not. I would settle for hero, reclining hero. I would settle for that. Anything where it's just maybe a wheel, a back bend. I don't know. That's one of my goals. Hike the Table Rocks, which are local. What do you call them? Landmarks. I want to walk 20K at once. I want to do a race. If they start doing 5Ks again, I want to participate. I don't want to win. I don't even want a PR. I just want to complete one. I want to see fireflies. And that involves, so you have to get on the other side of the Rockies to see fireflies, and I want to see them. I want to visit Washington State, where we're long overdue from visiting friends and family. Huh, baby?
Yeah.
I want to build an outside altar. So when I told my husband this, he's like, for sacrifices? What? And I'm like, no, I would never sacrifice an animal for that. But I just like for offerings and for also somewhere to like have candles and, maybe read or journal outside, just something really beautiful and nice. We could totally make that happen, babe. I want to ride a tube down the big hill of Diamond Lake because I'm scared of heights. And I think that if I were to imagine myself and if I were to imagine myself with no limitations, anything I tried I could do well, then I would want to be a good snowboarder so that I could snowboard with my husband and son. But I'm really afraid of heights, and also I am extremely awkward and clumsy. So if I can start by doing the tube, which is very little danger, right? Isn't the tube little danger, or is it more danger?
Can we get enough money to try to buy the van?
I think it's less danger because I'm sitting and going down a hill as opposed to standing.
Can you give me enough money to get one, please?
I don't. I think he's like, you like yelling, baby.
Why are you yelling?
I'm not yelling.
Let's go hunting.
You gotta hunt. First. You gotta grind. That's part of playing video games. If you want money to buy stuff, you have to grind. Just like life. Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh, Liberius, take pictures. That sounds wonderful. I want to grow Hound Dog Hollow and really just make beautiful content and have lots more subscribers and on all my media and stuff. I really want.
I love you.
I love you.
Daddy.
That was really quick grinding. Do you already have enough money for the van?
I didn't grind anything.
Oh, okay.
Well, I have enough money to freaking get a fast truck.
Oh,
a trailer truck that can carry a trailer, fast one.
Whoa, why don't you get
it has fire on it. It has fire stickers on it.
Fire stickers, that's the height of class.
Yep. It has to be fast.
I want to eat something at Nanaka, which is like this Michelin star restaurant in Southern California. I really want to eat something there. That sounds wonderful, Liberius. Definitely. I love seeing all your pictures on Instagram. I want to have hair down to my butt crack, which technically when it's wet, it's there. But I mean, like, I would like for it to be dry and curly and down to my butt crack. So I was thinking to try some like rice water treatments and a lot more deep conditioning and regular trims and stuff. So we'll see how that goes. And I want to wear a bikini. I mean, technically, you could just buy a bikini and wear a bikini, and it's like, ta-da, I did that. But I want to actually do it to like the ocean or something. Although I will say I really like one pieces because they're keeps everything like secure and all of my parts from floating away, but or escaping But that's one of my goals. So that's it. What are your guys' bucket list items? Bucket list item, Dad? For 2021, not for your whole life.
I have to think about it.
He has to think about it. Bucket list things for 2021, guys?
Camp more.
He wants to camp more. What does camp more mean? I think the most we've gone in a year is maybe 4 times. I don't know. We've had some really gnarly fire seasons the last, I don't know, decade. And so that makes it hard because we especially like, yes, Lacey, they definitely escape for sure. We like to camp in the off season, but the problem is like once the fires come through, they don't let you back there for a while. We had a really bad fire this year, which completely ruined our fall camping. But also, after everything he went to save the house, I think that a campfire was like literally the last thing that he wanted to see for a while. Are you think you're ready for a campfire?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh,
The
Idaho.
wind bothers me more than fire.
The wind is awful. I'd like to go to Idaho and see where my uncle is buried. That's awesome. I want to fit all my possessions in my car. Oh, okay.
Ooh, van life.
Van life. That's we do. You fit a lot of stuff in a van.
Not as much as you'd think, though.
Not as much as you think. No, we fit a lot in it. There'll be more space now that Bobo's gone, and we only have 2 dogs. But usually they don't. They each sit in their little chair, and the main problem is you got to keep them from getting into the food. I want to camp near Lake Superior. That sounds wonderful. I'm a performer and I have to move often. That makes sense. I'm going to make plans traveling to the U.S. this year. At least when all of this is over, I can finally go in D.C. and binge visit a lot of museums. That sounds amazing, Liberius. I hope you have a wonderful time. I've always wanted to go to the East Coast, but we'll see how it goes. I think this year, if I had my way, if I had to do a bare minimum, I would say I want to go to New Orleans with my mom and my mother-in-law and my, no crying or else we'll have to go to bed.
I'm just talking with Mama. What do you mean?
So some of us, when we get tired, start to implode. I think you would love it, Desiree. I want to go to New Orleans with my friend Sarah and my mom and my mom, my mother-in-law, if she wants to come. Ooh, somewhere witchier. I want to go to New Orleans for that reason, but also I think any place where your ancestors were is also really witchy. That's one of the reasons why I want to go to Puerto Rico is I want to live on. I want to get back on the land where the bones of my ancestors are. So that's really important to me. Ooh. Ooh, wow. That sounds, all of those places sound really interesting. And I want to go to my cousin's house in South Dakota. That's really my main goals. This year's, I'm not having high hopes for travel. We had a trip. Me and my family had a trip to Japan planned for this year. And of course that was canceled. So very devastating. Yeah. That sounds wonderful, Mama. Oh, I see. A slow life. The focus is family, travel, and good food. Yeah, that sounds good. I feel like I'm stuck in a fast life, at least for the next, for my working years. I gotta make that money. Oh, wow, Lacey, that sounds awesome. I always see those things. It's like, if somebody offered you $100,000, would you stay in this cabin for a year? It's like, is somebody going to pay my bills? Then yes, I will stay there for free. Leave me alone. Bring me food. Skin itches. This has been fun. I don't know if I'm going to make it to New Year's. I'm tired. Oh, yes, Kat. That's a good idea. Oh. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful 2021. I hope you have wonderful goals and dreams and accomplishments and loves and laughter and blessings and plants. I am going to rest. I'm done. I love you guys so much. I hope I will make content soon, but I can't promise that because I still have to work. I have to work so much, but it's coming. I promise. And I want you guys to have the most wonderful 2021. Think good thoughts. Everything's going to be gold. I don't got my glasses on. All right. I love you guys so much. Have a wonderful night. I'm going to eat and go to sleep. Bye. Thank you guys. I love you. Bye.